Yo, hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day, or in my case, a great night. And today we are going to be continuing that horror story that we were watching. Or like, can I call it horror? Well, either way, I'm calling it now. But we are continuing what we were reacting to last week. I've been honestly thinking about this story all week, ever since we stopped watching, to be completely honest with you. The story is really good and it was really interesting. But yeah, I'm here with Nim. Um and yeah, we have blankets today. Don't we look cute? We look absolutely adorable. I don't know. I was just kind of feeling blankets today, so it's just like, okay, Nim, I'm gonna wear a blanket today. So if you need to adjust or do anything, just let me know. And then we started playing around with assets. But yeah, let me. I'll bring this over to gaming side. Oh my god. I don't know where that yawn came from, but I didn't take a nap today. But I felt like I didn't need to. Like, I had so much adrenaline and everything. Like, I was just like zooming. Inside with his best friends, right? Sorry. Getting distracted. Okay. Womp 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 womp. Let me. I don't know if Nim's actually streaming today. Let me just tell her I'm ready whenever. Da-da. Mm. Okay. Calling Nim now.
Hello.
Oh, heyo!
Hey.
Welcome in. This went from watching spooky stuff to sleepover and watching spooky stuff.
Yeah, telling scary stories at the sleepover.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it turned into. I'm all here for
Yes,
it.
it is. You said that you were gonna get cozy. I wanted to get cozy with you.
Yay!
Yeah.
I was just like,
Hmm.
you know what? I'm just kind of feeling it. Hopefully, I don't mess things up. And then when I
I'm
saw you
just
messing
glad
around with
that
the assets, I was like, yes!
I'm just glad that I found something that actually kind of fits my model a
Uh
little
huh.
bit. Also, that basically it looked weird if I wasn't wearing something. If it was
True.
just you, if it was just you, I'd feel left out.
Yeah, fair,
I
fair.
feel
Now
like the
that I'm
odd one
looking at
out.
it.
Yeah, I feel like the odd one out.
Well, now we're both rightfully dressed.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Are you streaming, by the way? So I make
Yes,
sure I
I
have your
am.
stream open. Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, I
Right.
accidentally still have it set to Persona 3 Reload. Whoops.
Oh.
There we go. Just chatting.
Think I'm
Hello, Caesar.
ready to go.
You ready?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm so ready.
Nina, who are you? Someone is in my chat is asking, who are you?
Oh, hi. My name's Nina Tozaichi. I'm a half demon, half angel VTuber, and also Nim's sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. We got our models from the same studio.
Yeah.
They say nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah,
Okay.
cozy horror time. Utterly.
Yeah,
Welcome in.
cozy.
Get your
I love
blankets,
that
get your
email, Otterly.
snackies.
Oh, I actually do have snacks. I have some Pocky.
Oh, what kind?
Mint chocolate.
Ooh, I've never had mint chocolate before. Like
They're
that
hard to get.
type.
They're pretty out of stock all the time. So when I saw it was suddenly available, I was like, "Oh, I have to get it."
Oh my
It's
god.
usually out of stock. It might be because maybe it's a seasonal item.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's like a Christmas one.
Ugh, this tastes so good though. Wanna like
Yeah, like
send that over here somehow, some way?
oh, actually, it's not Pocky. It's what's it called again? P-Joy. Pejoy.
Joy. Is it like the same type of sticks, or is it
It's the
like?
same. It's the same company.
Oh,
Um, hold on. Let me get a picture of it. Mint chocolate P-Joy. It's basically Pocky but opposite. So
oh,
basically, instead of it being on the instead of the cream being on the outside, it's on the inside.
oh. Okay, I think I can imagine that.
Yeah, here, I got a picture.
Mm. Oh, even the box looks fancy. What the heck?
It does. I really
Wow.
like it.
I'd eat that. Yeah, 100%.
It's
It was like
really
addicting.
tasty. It's really tasty.
Hello
Like,
again. Hello.
I
How do I
love
pronounce
them.
your name? I wasn't paying attention and
I
then
just called
pronounced
them
it.
Caesar, and they're okay with it.
Okay, Caesar works.
Caesar!
Cool. Caesar.
Sorry, I had to.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
I almost did it when I first met them.
It's amazing. Oh my god. Okay. Did I pause it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I can play it. You ready to
Okay.
start?
Oh yeah, let's do it. I would say let's recap, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that for us anyways.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-mm.
Welcome back to Creepcast.
Let's
How
go,
you doing?
baby.
How you doing?
Left, right game.
are-
I'm so excited.
We are
Left, right
completing
game.
the left-right
That's what
game
it's
today.
called.
We are on part 2.
Yeah.
This is getting a lot of excitement here in the comments. We've been seeing a lot of people asking for it in my videos, especially. I see you guys. I say especially. I see it on my Papa Meat videos about people. They're hounding me. They're barking. They're at the
I
back
have
door
been
barking.
barking. That is true. I uploaded
Barking
a
is
main
crazy.
channel video earlier this week, and half the comments were about the video. The other half were like, "What do you mean we got to wait another week for the left right
Why?
game?"
Why? I think we have not read this yet. Which just want to also so this is a 10-part series. The first episode, if you have not
Welcome back, Caesar.
listened to the first part, I strongly suggest you do so because we covered the first 5 parts. From this episode
I'm
on,
just
it's
chilling
gonna be
here
6
until
through
the
10.
ad
no,
break.
we're
I
not.
gotcha.
Because also during the lapse between these episodes, the author of this, Neon Tempo, his name's Jack, reached out and he just wanted to say that he was stoked that we were covering it. So just want to give a shout out to Jack, Neon Tempo, and we'll also link
The
any future
actual
projects or anything else that he's got going on in the
person
description as
contacted
well.
them.
Just to
Oh,
make
the
sure
person
you
that
guys
made
stay
the
up to date,
story?
because
That's
this
who
been
that
really
is?
fun. We haven't read
Yeah.
this
Oh wow,
before.
that's
I don't know
honestly
where it's going,
such an
and
honor.
Yeah,
Part
they
5
reached
ended
out
on some
to
crazy stuff, and I was gonna say,
them.
do you want
Wow.
to give us a little recap?
Absolutely. I also want to say, since I now know the creator of this
That's
story
good,
is
Caesar.
watching,
I
Jack,
suck at
you
math.
don't know how satisfying it is to find a story that's about really weird stuff happening and people getting picked off, and it's creepy, it's absurd, it's unexplainable, it's perfect. I love it. Put more of this into my veins. Thank you for the left right.
Honestly, though.
So for those who weren't
Yeah,
here
I love
for
it.
the first part, basically, there
Or
is
Apollo.
a reporter. This story is
Rip
about
that
a girl
man.
named Alice Sharma, who goes on this excursion with a guy named Rob, who has discovered something called the left-right game. And it's pretty simple. You get into a vehicle, you take the first available left turn, then the first available right turn, then the left, then the right, and you continue that until eventually you cross over into what seems to be another plane of existence, where there's these very weird, creepy towns, there's these weird hitchhikers, there's these unexplainable monsters, a lot of strange stuff happens. And we started out with 7 people, right? 7 or
I believe so.
8 people,
Yep.
and we're down to 5 now.
Crazy.
if I remember
No.
right.
Two people should have.
No,
two people
4.
should have died. Which, God, our fallen soldiers, Apollo, my
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You
Apollo.
definitely didn't say you hated. In the
Yeah, we're down to
previous
4
one.
actually.
Now listen. The death was very sad.
Wait, no, 5.
Apollo, I thought
Bonnie
his
Roy.
jokes were a bit. You know, I could have done without them, but as a character, he really proved himself to
Alice.
be a selfless.
Blue Jay.
Oh, yeah,
go-getting good
freaking
guy.
Blue Jay.
So his death.
Yeah,
was
it's 5.
I mean,
Ugh.
you know, I could do nothing but a nice royal salute to our fallen lad.
For real.
But I will say,
That's all. Oh,
Yeah.
7.
Pretty
That's
good
all I can
to
do.
watch, like,
Yeah,
he
07.
died kind of falling on the sword, to keep her safe. The tragedy of it is she died too.
Yeah.
That's really
yeah, it almost felt like it was not in vain. Which at least one of them survived. Now we're talking about the two girls that were with each other driving in their
but you're
car.
saving
Lilith
them?
and
One of
Nice.
them, yeah, I believe Lilith survived.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
And
died. Yeah.
I feel
now
bad
she
for her.
is like hell bent
Honestly.
on getting to the end of this because she doesn't want both of their deaths to be in vain.
Yep.
But I
Yeah.
will say too, with Alice Sherman, you know, this story so far has been really, really fun because I love horror stories where and no, I didn't say horror. I know I don't pronounce it very well, but I love stories that have a skeptic
horror. Oh, that
coming
is
in
kind of
and
tough.
thinks that they are
Yeah.
they know everything,
horror.
and then the
It's-
kind of
it's
universe
not
gets flipped on
horror.
their head.
Not horror.
And Rob has been a great
Horror. Yes.
like basically like buddy protagonist in this role.
Made
You know,
you
and,
realize something?
Even his name
about
being
yourself?
Ferryman,
Oh, yeah.
he is taken
Oh, yeah.
into what essentially
It's
is
tough out here
purgatory.
with
Almost
pronunciations.
Like, I feel like there's going to be a parallel there somehow.
Oh yeah.
Just like
It's really
ass
fun.
and ass.
Taking them across the river Styx.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, it feels that way. And I think that there's been so many moments that are so subtle and nice. Like, it's really been building. Like, I mean, so far the highs are
Like
the
they
crazy
said in the
lady
previous
that
episode,
is
it's
just
a
like
slow
waiting
burn.
at the specific turn. I think it was like turn 34 or 39.
Yeah.
But it's
And
so
then even
worth
the
it.
Hitchhiker was probably my
Oh,
favorite
it's
part
so
so
good.
far.
Honestly, my
Hitchhiker's
favorite part I think was the town they drove through.
I was going to say that
yeah,
too.
yeah.
So good.
Oh, it's
That
so
place
good.
was so
And that's
creepy.
the
Oh my
visual
god.
of it.
It
Yeah.
was.
We've lost a total of 3 people now. We've
The
lost
tow
Ace,
truck?
Apollo, and
That was
Eve.
Yeah.
so creepy.
But we also
What happened to
have
Ace?
Bonnie,
That was messed
who
up.
Spoke to the hitchhiker.
Yeah.
Now she keeps talking
That
about
was the most
Winterby,
messed up death so
that they need
far.
to get to this town, right?
Yeah,
So,
there is
Very
something- there's something
graphic
going on
too.
there.
Like, that was the
Yeah.
worst
Definitely a
one.
can of worms was
100%.
opened for her. And I mean, every death
Instead
has
of getting
been,
hooked in the
horrible.
back
I
of
mean,
the
like
neck
Ace,
in
you know,
Dead by Daylight,
driving around in
it's
his cool Porsche, which it is cool.
in the front.
Right,
But, you
right
know,
in the
being
front.
strung up on a tow truck and then driven away is horrible. And then Apollo and Eve pretty much just like drowning in tar.
that's
Asphalt.
such a cool
Yeah.
death. That's such a cool death.
Crazy.
Very,
It's
very
a
cool.
cool
I was
death,
think-
but
I
it's
was
like
thinking about
drowning.
this,
It's awful.
Like with characters
Yeah.
and stuff like that. When a story ends,
In something
unless you're
so
gonna make a sequel or
thick
something,
too.
the characters effectively
Oh
die,
man.
right? Like if
Yeah.
even if they get a happily ever after, you're never going to read about them again. So that character is dead to you. So one of the best things an author can give a character is a good death. Because then their exit's not only final in the mind of the reader, but it's impactful.
That
and
is
that's
so
something.
true.
So, like, I was thinking about Apollo's death. Like, it is tragic, but as a character, that is the strongest way he could have exited the stage, right?
True.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it does something good where we've seen.
It also
how
helps
crazy
that
it
his
is.
voice actor,
Playing.
like
Yeah.
the guy voicing him,
Yeah.
is just so fun.
People come out, right? And you're
That
like, okay,
laugh,
crazy
oh,
townspeople,
so
super
iconic,
sick.
and
But
we
now
won't
it's
even
getting
get to
the
hear it
point where
again.
They deviated
Yeah.
off the
Aw,
path of the
man.
specific game that they were playing, and now
Poor Apollo.
almost like it dips into surrealism. And now he is getting taken over by the road, or like
Yep.
the world itself will devour you whole. And there's all these other rules and inexplicable things that you don't even understand are now able to get you and kill you.
Yep.
I think that that's really fun, and especially it's such an unfortunate thing that the most positive character had to be the one to show us that
yeah.
Yeah.
to show us that kind of rule exist.
Yeah.
So you know, like I
It
said,
was also horrible how
there's
at the end
also
he said, "I don't want to
almost
die,
a,
Rob."
Yeah.
nihilism to Apollo dying after. Or
Like, he
sorry,
was
the
comforting
person
Eve,
Apollo
but
sacrificed
when he
himself
realized
for
he was gonna
dying
die,
right
he-
afterwards,
Oh.
it's almost
Right, like he was he was pulling up the top front for a bit, and then once it started sinking in, it was like, oh my god, like this is it, like I'm actually dying.
Don't try to be the hero.
yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of like Michael Haneke's Funny Games, where it's kind of it's like this world or this situation is all about, you know, you have to live in the violence kind of thing, and you know there is no escaping it, and it's really haunting. But man, I'm curious because I'm wondering, we're gonna get to a point also, and this is, I know we're preambling a bit before the reading here, but we're gonna get to a spot where I think Rob is going to let people know, like, I've never been this far, because that has to happen at some point.
Right.
Rob is seasoned.
Yeah.
He's been in this world before, and no one else really has. And also, even one of the characters is also another skeptic, and she's like a writer who came in and she thought it was
but
stupid.
Blue Jay,
But
yeah.
now she is also
Or Denise.
pretty much shell
Yeah,
shocked. I mean, I think she's fully bought in.
Denise.
Freaking
At least by the
Denise.
end of part one.
Rob just starts messing
man.
with them,
Low-key,
like they're about to get in their cars. He's
part of
like,
the
"Oh, yeah,
reason
watch
Ace
out for the
died."
flesh puppet, and then he like gets in the car.
Yeah, why was she taking so long?
His kids off.
Because she didn't believe
Yeah, watch
that
out for
she
that
was
flesh
in any
puppet,
danger.
Annoying.
Also, don't forget, it's like he's also like giving.
He would have
he's, like,
had an
giving,
actual like
DDR,
fighting
like,
chance
instructions to
if
people. He's
she
like, left,
actually
right,
took
Yeah,
it
he could have
seriously.
at least gotten out of the car.
Right, left, right. He's like, all right, guys, have fun.
Yeah.
The whole communicating through walkie-talkies.
What's so hard to remember? Gosh.
I don't understand why it's so difficult. It's simple left, rights. Left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Okay, you got that?
The editor.
I know.
Driving for
The
7
editor is having a
hours.
ball right now.
That's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I need go ahead.
I was gonna say we also forgot to mention that these are being uploaded from somebody who is like transcribing. Was it emails?
No, it's,
I think that's the
remember he
weakest part of
got
the
a
story.
Document. Alice or left off
That it's not
.as
actually being
text
uploaded
file.
by Alice, but by someone else who
Right.
was
So
friends
he's
with
been
Alice.
transcribing this, our narrator,
Or-
basically,
And he
has been
doesn't seem to
transcribing
care.
This, but I wouldn't even
almost.
say narrator. It's just
Yeah.
somebody who
I mean,
preambles
because
and
like
just-
he's
it's
seeing
kinda
all
funny.
these stories, like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
he's
someone
doing
died,
it.
but like he's not even saying
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
but anyway.
yeah, and, no,
Yeah.
really, like anyways, like
Doing
not
the
even
same
like
kind of
pondering
thing
on
that
it, like
we
wow,
see
I
on
can't believe that I'm
r/no soup
reading
a lot, which
or
is our
something like
kind
that.
of,
But no,
you
should
know,
have just like,
realistic
okay,
person, or,
anyways,
like, real
wanna know
life
what I did
person
today?
Yeah.
Like,
giving us these stories.
Exactly.
How
It's
did
like,
you
we
get to
don't
the
care
world?
about you. I'm
Right.
sorry, but we
I
don't.
will
I don't even
mention
think we know your
my
name.
the details I'm
Yeah.
most looking forward to are Rob's character arc. I want to see where Blue Jay goes after what she just witnessed, what her
Yep.
Oh
like,
yeah,
uh,
she
realization with
actually
it
it
is.
started to sink in for
And,
her.
Yeah,
of
she
course,
started
the stairs.
panicking a
When she
bit.
saw
Can't wait to
that,
see
yeah.
how weird this gets. I'm excited.
She was like, oh my
And,
god,
I will
we can
say,
actually die. Like,
I've been voicing a lot of people.
Yeah,
I
she
do
was
not expect
like
the voices
whispering
to,
to
be the same from last
herself.
time.
What?
I cannot
he said,
promise that
"Do
they
not
will be."
expect the
And
voices
also,
to
I
stay
see
the
all
same
the
as last
memes
time.
about people.
Okay.
I saw a lot of people talking about my British accent. I'm sorry. She said she was from Britain.
I think it's good,
And
and I think you should turn it up more. I think
you know
should
what?
make
I'm
it-
gonna. Yeah. At some points, I'm just gonna do Cockney stuff, and you're gonna have to just bear with me.
I can't wait.
But I see the memes.
I can't
and
wait
how
either.
dare you, is what I have to say. That I look at all of your memes and I say, how dare you?
I saw someone saying it was a comment that was like, Isaiah seems to be like Hunter's psychiatrist watching a man go through like a multiple personality breakdown.
yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's what the
That's
show is,
so-
and I get to make money off of it. So anyway, I will say,
I'm just glad that you're at least doing Rob. It gives a
Yeah.
nice. At least there's one voice that isn't mine in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Although it would be funny to watch you struggle. But-
Now I'm even Rob.
Just sits back and listens to all of the
there-
Yeah.
voices.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
unique
right.
Mm.
What did I
That's
say?
what-
Yeah.
that's
Is
what
that your
my Rob
is that
is.
your Wendigoon impersonation? What would you
Yeah,
do
this
if
is
you
what I
did?
think.
What'd you do if you did my voice?
What would I do if I? You're kind of up in this register a little bit, and you have a little bit of like a southern twang to it. So
A southern
kind of up here is what I hear.
It's pretty good.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm here to talk to you about a story.
a store.
It's like I'm talking to a mirror.
Authority.
A story.
Now I'm like, that is
Story.
the worst impression
Story.
I've
I
ever
think
done in my
that's
life.
pretty good. We'll see what they have to say about it. All right.
God.
Anyway, we need to get to the story. Last thing to mention before we get started is we're on all audio platforms, or like the big ones
Yes.
at least. So like,
Right, this is a
Spotify,
podcast,
Apple
guys.
Podcasts.
So there's not a lot of
if you'd rather
visuals.
hear it over there than YouTube,
Well,
go
not
check it out.
any
Yeah.
visuals
Listen
except
over
for
there,
like
check it out
um,
over
Well,
there.
there is text on
Subtitles.
screen
All the
sometimes.
likes
Yeah.
and shares and
Text.
stuff on there really help us grow to a new audience that isn't just on YouTube, and it really does mean the most. So,
Yeah, it does. It does help. That's what they say. So please go over there and download and like and all that stuff.
so on that note, we are now on to part 6 of
Part 6?
the left-right game. Are you ready, Hunter?
Oh, I am stoked. Let's
I'm
get
so
into
ready.
it.
Let's go. Part 6.
Yeah.
So once again, we have an
Yeah.
introduction from our person compiling these stories on the subreddit. Hi guys. Sorry it's taken a while to get this posted up. I've been busy chasing leads with US missing persons. I won't waste more of your time. Log us below. If you have any information, then please send it my way. Thanks for your help, guys. It means a lot. So now we begin.
Like, what was the
with
point of that?
left-right.
Right,
So,
like we don't
Which,
care.
I forgot that he's,
Yeah.
saying that he's also been
Respectfully,
doing this thing trying to see
dude.
where
Like, I
Alice
don't
is
know
at.
who you
Yeah.
are. Just keep
Because there's, like,
downloading
people
at this
in
point.
the
Like, you don't
comments,
even
I
need to
think
say
I know
anything
that
anymore.
turn,
Just
that
keep
gas station
downloading for
in
me.
Phoenix, you know?
So it's been an interesting thing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can
Alright.
hear me crunching.
So we're now on to
Oh, no, you're
February
good.
12th. I can't remember the dates, but they've been in here like what, 4 or 5 days at this point.
I want to say that they've definitely been at least 4
I have my
days.
window
Like, I wanna
open,
say
so
the
sorry if
8th.
you
Like,
hear
I
the
think she got there on
random
the 7th.
noises that
The
pop
first time
up.
was on the 8th, if I'm
Oh,
remembering
no,
right.
no, no. It's fine.
You're
I don't
correct.
hear
She got there
anything
on the
right
7th.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So,
God, I'm good.
yeah, alright. Alright. Anyway.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Next time he mentions the
Yeah.
Jeep, I'm gonna need you to calm down, okay?
Yeah. Ooh.
Alright. Back to the story.
Nice.
And again, for everyone, this is right after Eve and Apollo just died and they started driving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Silence used to be an absolute. That's something I definitely miss. Back in the real world, I would stand as self-evident. I would stand as self-evident that a group of people saying absolutely nothing, by definition, could not be saying any less. Maybe things are different
What?
on the road. Maybe I just never encountered it before, but it's clear to me now there are degrees beyond silence. A pervasive realm of deafening quiet, which, following the loss of Eve and Apollo, our group has unreservedly embraced. Constructed out of our collective trauma, cemented with a cruel mixture of grief, guilt, and harrowing self-doubt, it quickly becomes apparent that this silence is stronger than all of us. The challenge of breaking it remains unmet for the rest of the journey. We spend the next few hours burrowing through a featureless corridor of maze. The stalks rise far above the Wrangler,
Just call it
leaving
corn.
only a thin strip of clear
Yeah.
sky visible, like a painted ceiling on a
I
of a
understand the
Renaissance
imagery. You can just say corn. It's
I find
alright.
myself glancing
Mhm.
intermittently at
It's
the CB
corn.
radio, half expecting, half hoping for Apollo's voice to crackle through the speaker, bringing words of comfort or a much-needed attempt at levity. After I catch
That
myself
bubbly
staring at
dude's
the radio
gone,
for the
though.
5th time, I decide it might be best to go on with my work. I plug my headphones into my notebook, bring up the audio files I've recorded thus far, and set about creating a very rough cut of our first day on the road.
Everybody knows Rob. Rob's the god. I won't be able to do that much more, so I'm stoked that I got to do it at least one more time.
Well,
Oh.
don't worry, he's dead, so you'll be...
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to hear it again, though.
Okay. I listened through Apollo's first interview, making notes for the closing
Hey,
paragraph.
Nimda,
I'll
what's
now be
up?
forced to
We're
write about.
watching.
When I have
Yeah,
everything
we're
I need,
watching
I
a
listen to the
horror
interview,
story.
And then once more.
It's a podcast,
It's not
but
lost
yeah,
on me
we're
that I
reacting
just
to
want
it.
hear his voice.
It's our
Yay!
second
Lose myself
part.
in the
Hello,
pleasant
other
digital
Nim.
echo,
Yes.
far removed
Other
from the
Nim.
frantic screams that followed him into the asphalt.
Perfect to draw too.
listen to each
Yeah.
of them
There's no
She
real
bristles with
visual
excitement
except
as
for
she
like
talks about her
the
upcoming visit to Roswell,
text, so
steadfastly
perfect to draw
attempting
too.
recruit me to the effort. She had no idea what she was heading
Nimda
into when
says
she
hi,
stepped
other
out
Nim.
onto Rob's front lawn.
Ah,
Then again,
yes.
none of us did.
Fellow Nim.
The thin strip of sky is turning
Join
deep
the
orange as I
Bunnins.
reach our encounter with the hitchhiker.
The
It's
Bunnins.
chilling
Bunnins.
to hear his voice after
Yeah.
the fact. To
Oh, thank you
revisit
for the
conniving,
follow.
veiled pleasantries he employed against us.
Thank you for
I
the follow,
cringe as I
Nim.
hear Rob's hand grasp my arm, ashamed that I let myself fall for the hitchhiker's trickery. You did good. I'm sorry for grabbing you. I just didn't want you to do something you'd regret.
No, it's fine. I was going to. Do you know what happens if you talk to him?
Not sure. Came close myself once, a few years back. The way he looks at you when he thinks he's got you. I don't think I
Oh,
want
sorry. I was confused for a second. No, she's re-listening to the audio
Pause the
from the
audio
first
file,
time.
Clicking back 10 seconds before
Yeah.
pressing play again.
No, it's fine. I was going to. Do you know what happens if you talk to him?
Not sure. Came close myself once, a few years back. The way he looks at you when he thinks he's... I certainly didn't notice then at the time. I'd been so shaken by my run-in with the hitchhiker, and so curious about the abandoned car that I'd been completely blind to anything else that had come my way.
Hold on. Let's try to figure out what is wrong with that statement.
Not sure. Came close myself once a few years back. The way he looks at you in years back?
Yeah.
Could the time
also,
frame be weird?
Is the time frame came close hold on. What happens if you talk to him? Do you know what happens if you talk to him? Not sure. Came close myself a few years back. The way he looks at you when you... Yeah, I have no idea.
When he thinks he's got you. I don't think I want to know.
Yeah.
Came close myself once. Okay, so I think
Yeah.
what you were saying before, like, he has something to do with that turned over car that they drove by.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was the occasion he's talking about. But I think I don't know. I feel like there's could
I
be
don't know
multiple things
otherwise,
wrong with
yeah.
this.
Somebody wants head pats for Nimwo. I'm sorry, you can't see him. Hold on.
Oh,
I'll
removal
start
of
it
hats.
again.
Rob misspoke. Maybe he meant to say
move
weeks
my
or
hat, yeah.
months, but if it wasn't a mistake, if it was
Also, thanks for the
truth,
head pats,
carelessly
Catway. I don't know
uttered,
if it showed
then Rob has some
for me
explaining to do.
either.
The Left Right game was posted online in June of 2016, less than a year ago. Not to kill the
Oh,
vibe
that's
while
cat
you're
ears.
listening to something horrific, I wanted to take a moment to talk about something fantastic, like today's sponsor,
Oh.
I
Rocket
see.
Money. I'm sure we've all gone
Oh,
over
we're not
budget on a
sponsored.
project or expense itself a few years back. Saving money is very important, but it can be
So this game did not
And now,
exist
thanks to
a
Rocket
few
Money's
years back, so
Quickcast,
that's the
you'll be able to
weird
get
part.
started on Rocket Money. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for sponsoring
Interesting.
a few years back.
A few years back, yeah.
Huh. I will say something else that I don't know if I expect it to happen or I just think it might be
Not even
more.
to talk about the fact I gave head
It's what I
pats.
can
I
imagine
did.
happening in this scenario. I feel like the group should be more mad at Rob because even
They did.
if they were skeptics, right? Even if they were going into this like, yeah, the Left Right game isn't real, blah blah blah. Rob knows that it's real, right?
Right.
And he invited people in
Ow.
knowing they might die. That seems reckless.
what?
Like for example, Hunter, if I was like, "Hey Hunter, there's this
I
cool
can't hear the
cave on
boss.
my property, and it has this like giant spider in it that wants to eat people," right? You may not
Right.
believe me, but what if I was like, "Hey Hunter, you want to come see this cave?"
Yeah. Hey, you really should.
Yeah.
Probably not suspicious.
That's a good point.
That's in there. That's been eating people.
And then I'm like,
I
you
told you it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you wouldn't believe me, so what's the point? You were going to think
True.
I was blind, yeah.
Well, that's why I'm surprised. I think that will probably arise, but Rob's intentions are odd to me. Like, I think I do wonder
bug
how much
me.
of it is deceit to try to make sure to like get as many bodies as he can to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something up with Rob. I still don't understand that though. I still don't understand.
Yeah, we
I think he.
Yeah, we
It's
are
just, it's a bit
Nim.
suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a
between
bit
that and
suspicious.
between
Yeah, that's
what,
why I said
Alice
Bunnin.
just pointed out
Welcome
about
to
the
the
gear thing.
Bunnins.
That
Bunny,
I'm
Nin.
scared.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
it?
afraid of him all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know if I can trust him. And what sucks too is that he is. I mean,
None of
he's
their
a
doors
ferryman.
like that.
I mean, he knows where to go. He knows what to do. And you're
Oh, no,
kind of
don't worry, I'm
following
not
his
smart
lead,
either.
so it
I mean,
makes it even
what are you
more
going to
like-
do?
Bunnins
leave?
are also the
If you
name of
do
my
well,
fans,
it's like,
but
okay, yeah,
Because then
get
also
So,
he
I meant
stages
it
in a
more
way
of
where he's
a
like, well, you can
pun.
turn back now, but just remember you have to go exactly the way.
Yeah, for days.
came in.
And then you have to go out
And
there
it's
by
like-
yourself at night.
Yeah, this podcast is
Have
At
fun.
amazing.
night, and then hey, yeah, also be sure and remember exactly how you came back in. It's like I doubt people were actually marking which way they
Right.
were coming in. Like,
Dude,
it's
I'm-
unrealistic to
That's
go-
the whole
to
reason
even
why I
leave
was
without his
saying
guidance.
that I would
So-
never,
So
like, if
he's
I were
kinda-
to
kinda got
leave,
stuck.
like,
Not much
you know,
you
when
can
they
do.
asked
Can't
everyone,
get
like,
mad
you
and
can
kill
leave
him,
right
right?
now,
'Cause then you're
I would never
freaked
go
out battle,
back
so-
because I would get
and you
lost
know,
myself and
it's
just end
also
up dying
condescending.
anyways.
Where do they
I
fuel
don't remember
up?
what
There
direction
was a
I
part in the story
take,
we
man.
read last time
I
where,
don't remember
like,
what I had
fuel
last night for
just does
dinner.
not
Like,
burn.
I can't
As
recall all
whether
this stuff.
It still happens.
And they've been
but
traveling for
especially-
multiple
less
days.
energy.
Like, no, not
It's
even
like they're
days at
Yeah,
this point,
multiple
right?
days
The
without
farther
making
they
a
go
turn,
in,
too.
the less
Mm-hmm,
like,
Well,
fuel
not multiple
burns,
days
like,
without
they don't have
making a
to
turn,
eat
but they
or
could go
sleep
for hours
early.
without making a
It
turn.
becomes like
How
Right.
would you
like,
remember?
I don't know.
I
Everything's
wouldn't
just
be
kinda super-
surprised
My
if
tiny
when they
brain
come
wouldn't be
back
able
out,
to.
time hasn't
Yeah,
passed.
no. Literally
At least
impossible.
not
Well,
to the
see,
same
you just have to see it
degree
through
as
at that
on the
point.
Outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was wondering is if he says a few years back, as in like in a perceptive time, It's like it's only been a year.
That's a good
But when
point.
he's
That's a
going
good
through,
point.
if he was like, "Oh, I was in here
Oh.
6 years," or
Yo,
something, you know what I mean? Who knows?
that'd be pretty cool. That'd be a cool
Yeah.
turnaround if that's what happened. Yeah. Okay, cool. I glance sideways at him. A wall of corn rushing past us as we approach the rest
Oh,
stop.
now we
now
say
she calls it
corn.
corn.
Jinx. Sadness, the anger, the concern.
Great minds.
They
Think
tell a story
alike.
of a man
Yeah,
who
we're on the
cares
same
deeply about
wavelength.
the welfare
Mhm.
of those around him.
It's the
Yet
blankets.
at the same time, it's strikingly clear that there's something he isn't telling me. With every new piece of the puzzle, the car, the text message, the faceless creature with the ringing phone, I'm left with the dilemma of when to confront Rob Guthard with what I know. I feel I've gathered enough to bring before him, enough to demand an explanation, but there's no way I'd be able to truly verify his answer.
Yeah, this is the
I have a
second video
collection
Nim showed me
strange
of
and
this
perplexing
guy.
notions, lacking in the common thread.
No,
that
we've
could
watched a
bring
Wendy
me to
Doon
any
video
workable
before.
conclusion. If I'm going to
Oh,
confront
yeah,
Rob, I need
technically
to uncover that
third, yeah.
thread. Much like the greatest
No,
journalist of our
fourth.
time, I should know
Was
the
that a
answer
part?
before I ask
Was
the
that a
question.
two-parter too?
The Jeep
No,
pulls
it
up
was
onto a large green
let me
space.
pause. It was when we did a watch night where it was the entire lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, that was this guy too. Oh, yeah.
That was this guy, yeah.
Yeah,
It
you're
was a
right.
really long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah, that was. Oh my god, that was so long ago.
I know, but that's the first video I'm pretty sure you saw of him.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm pausing again because Papa Meat, Hunter, Meat Canyon. I don't think you've seen his. Maybe you've seen a few Meat Canyon videos, but yeah.
That sounds.
I joined late. I don't know
familiar.
what's happening. Well, this is part 2 of the story, so yeah, good luck. You'll catch on.
Staring straight ahead,
I would
I find
recommend
myself puzzled by
watching the
way ground
VOD
seems to stop.
Mhm.
if it's still
The
up. If it's not up,
horizon lies
I think I have it on
between
YouTube.
the
Or watch
car.
the video.
As soon as
like,
the engine
Two.
cuts out, I
This
unbuckle
video
my seatbelt,
itself, yeah.
climb out, and walk towards the
Mhm.
grassy verge. The rest of the convoy pulls up behind me as I go. I stop a few steps short of the edge, realizing we found our way to the top of a sheer cliff. A sudden swaying vertigo takes over, forcing me to take a few steps back. It doesn't feel like we've been heading uphill. The road has been level since Jubilation, yet somehow I'm standing at the edge of a 400-foot rock face,
Oh,
descending
man.
straight downwards.
Oh
The
gosh.
distant earth shrouded by stalks of corn. That's the truly strange thing about this monolithic precipice. On either side of me, the maze runs to the very edge of the
Planet
cliff,
Maze
and
again.
at its base, the endless harvest continues.
I
until it
don't
shoots beyond the
understand.
darkening
Pick
horizon.
one
don't
and stick
either.
with it.
It
Yeah,
feels
pick
like
one,
I'm
stick with
standing on
it.
the cliffs of
I
Dover,
recommend corn.
staring over a golden ocean. Its waves
This is the
governed
perfect
by
thing to
the
listen
evening
to at work.
breeze.
Exactly.
I wonder for a moment where it ends. Then, taking consideration of the world I now occupy, I start to wonder if it ever does. A belligerent scream rips me from the view. The source of the noise is blocked by the Wrangler, and the first thing I see as I circle around are
Oh.
the shocked, wide-eyed faces of Bonnie and Clyde.
Uh
As I
oh.
make my way past the
Oh.
Wrangler's hood, my expression mimics theirs. Lilith has pinned Blue Jay up to the side of the Jeep, a locked forearm pressing her chest against the door.
Oh.
Her other arm has grasped in Blue Jay's hand.
What's
has been
going on?
grasped in Blue Jay's hands, desperately
Oh.
stopped before it can strike her across the face. The two of them yell through gritted teeth as Lilith struggles furiously against her.
Oh, they're
vying to
fighting.
cause her any conceivable harm.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck off me, bitch! Get off!
I take a few quick steps over to Lilith as Blue Jay attempts to kick her away.
Lilith, we can't do this. Jin.
Lilith doesn't even register my presence as she continues her assault, deafened by the bubbling vitriol in every growling breath.
Jin, we are not doing this now. Not after.
Before I can comprehend what's happening, I'm staring at the sky, my head knocked back by the force of Lilith's flailing elbow.
Oh.
A hot, raw ache radiates
Ooh.
across my lower lip as I stagger back, raising my hand over my mouth. Before Lilith can continue her assault, Rob swings open his door and takes 2 short strides over to her. He puts one arm around the girl's waist and picks her up, carrying her safely but firmly over to Bonnie and Clyde's Ford and
Damn,
planting
just
her back on
Like
the
a
front.
child.
I seem
That's
to always
cute.
forget how strong he is. Damn it, this is not the time.
Take it back!
Blue Jay has lost her usual.
How should I
snide
pronounce
demeanor,
her name?
yet
Is
her
it
aura still radiates an
Cyan-
unbridled scorn.
What do you? Well, at
In
least
response to
how would
Lilith's
you like to be
demand,
called?
Blue Jay
I should
walks
ask.
back to her
But
car and
hello,
sits
hello,
on the
welcome
hood.
in.
She takes the
Have you seen
marbles out of her
Godzilla
pocket
Analog
along with
Horror?
her
I don't
lighter
think I
and
have.
ignites a cigarette.
Hey
I imagine the
Nim,
burning
have you
embers of the
seen
only company she's
Godzilla
comfortable to
Analog
accept right
Horror?
now. By the time I look back to the rest of the group, Lilith has stormed away.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
What did she say? I didn't hear it
Yeah,
all.
I've seen the first few parts
What did
of
she
it.
say, Bonnie?
Someone was asking. That's the only reason
I
why.
heard something about.
Ah, okay.
She said Lilith was. That was.
He said it's a good, scary
that we were
horror.
complicit.
Damn it. Bristol, can you... I watch Lilith as she sits on the grass and
Hey,
looks over the
Kaz.
cliffside. She begins to cry. Yet, I get a strong notion that it's not something I should interrupt. It feels like something between her and Eve. A final act of reactionary mourning reserved for them and them alone.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll handle it.
Oh,
Okay.
poor Lilith.
I'll cook us something up.
Yeah.
An hour passes, Lilith grows slowly calmer, drifting from cathartic release into a cold, wordless melancholy. Finishing up my dinner, I make my way over to her.
It's a strange view.
Lilith looks up at me. Her face falls.
I cut you. I'm so sorry. It's fine. You should see the other girl. Yeah. I bet she looks like shit right about now.
Denise had it coming. I don't care.
Lilith into the ocean
Got she
below.
deserved.
Blue Jay thinks I'm complicit in what happened to Eve.
I don't think you got what they just said. So Lilith hit Alice. So when Alice is saying it's fine, you should see the other girl, when Lilith said, I'm sorry I hit you, she's saying you should see Lilith. Like, you should see the other girl as in Lilith.
Oh, I thought she meant Denise. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Lilith is agreeing, hi, yeah, I bet she looks like shit right now.
Oh.
I heard. She used to think we were morons. Now she thinks we're all in on it. Doesn't make sense. I think I think she has to believe this place is a lie. She needs to make sense and make it harder. And the harder it gets for her to rationalize, the more she... Anyway. She shouldn't have said what she said. She just... I guess the word is troubled.
Oh, goddamn.
She's a fucking
Yee.
thunder cunt.
Oh!
Jeez!
Okay.
That's an insult!
She's right, though.
That's an
killed her.
insult.
Killed a
I was not expecting
I
that.
look to Lilith.
Oh
Hold
man.
Yeah, I saw it beforehand, which is why I laughed.
I'm looking at the words, but I'm like looking at them as they're saying it. So
After reading them,
yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, oh, dang, did they really
That's
just
sure
say
an
that?
insult, though. I love that.
Dang. That's crazy. That's funny.
Okay.
Not quite sure what she means. Her eyes remain locked on the impossible horizon.
Sarah, she wasn't cut out for this, and she knew it. She wanted us to turn back this morning, but I didn't want to. That wasn't just your decision, Lilith. Yes, it was. She followed my lead, always, through everything. And I knew why she was doing it. I knew, but I let it continue, because it was convenient, because it was easy, because deep down, I liked having someone around who jumped through fucking hoops for me. God, it's so fucked.
Lilith rests her head in her hands.
She was weak. She was anxious and shy, but that should be okay, right? You're allowed to be weak, But I made her come here. I dragged someone who couldn't swim into the fucking deep end, and the last thing I did was lie to her, and she fucking knew it.
Wow.
Oh.
Lilith takes a few
Wow.
deep...
Wow. Wow.
No, I just realized something. You know what the
Realize
last
what?
thing she said to her was?
Was
Do you
it
remember?
about the hitchhiker? Or that's someone else? No, that was Bonnie and Clyde.
No,
No,
the
what
last
was
thing that Eve said to Lilith before she died.
It wasn't that she could make the jump, was it? Or was it before that?
No, she said, "I love you."
Uh,
Lilith said it back.
oh yeah, when she was actually drowning in the
Yeah, that's what I mean.
oh
So
ow.
Eve had a thing for Lilith, and Lilith was basically just dragging her around because, like she said, it's nice to have someone that, like, really,
Will
really
run
cares
through
about you.
hoops for
It makes
you.
you feel good. So it's really fucked
Oh
up.
man,
Yeah, so basically she was just stringing her along, and
that
she feels really bad
hurts.
about it now. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, pain. Lilith.
Mhm.
I don't know what to say anymore because at first I felt like bad, and now I don't know anymore. That was
Yeah, like that's something fucked up to do, but again, she sees that she feels bad about it at least.
right. At least you have some remorse. Oh, that's
Mhm.
crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Frayed breaths.
I completely forgot that they had
What do you
that.
mean?
Like they said
I'm
that
not
to each other.
I didn't. I loved her, you know, as a friend. It was always this
Ooh.
fucking one-way street, and I don't think she minded. But then suddenly she's vanished right in front of me, and she says she. I
Oh,
mean,
they're gonna
how else
mention
was I
it.
supposed to respond to that?
Mm-hmm.
I had to say
Yeah.
it back, right? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
Lilith
indeed.
maintains her composure as a steady stream
Yeah.
of tears rolls down her cheek.
I don't know what I'd do in that situation. I could see in her eyes that she didn't believe me. Fuck. I wonder how many people have died while being told, like, comforting lies. How many of them fucking knew? I think you did the best you could, Jen. I think you did better than most. You don't need to tell me that. Are you tired? Do you need to go to bed soon? No, I don't need to. There's some beers in here in Apollo's bag. Is that like looting, or is that okay? I think he'd want us to have them. As long as he got a toast.
Lilith laughs briefly and finally smiles. She walks over to Bonnie and Clyde's car, returning a moment later with a 4-pack. We spend the next hour and a half slowly drinking them. Lilith can't muster the right words for a toast, so we just say thank you to Apollo, raising out cans to the open air. We talk about his tireless humor, his attempts to keep us all up during our first night on the road, how caringly he spoke to everyone,
Yeah.
even at the edge of death. We talk about Eve as well, about the pair's misadventures, awkward college parties, and the future of Paranormicon. Lilith smiles. And tells
Oh,
me
yeah,
there's
they
always
run a
place for
YouTube
me
channel
once radio
together.
dies out.
Right, yeah.
After everything that's happened on the road, the night can't help but feel bittersweet. But for once, on a solitary cliff side in the middle of nowhere, it's more sweet than it is bitter. That may not be much, but at the end of an awful day, it's more than either of us could have hoped for. Man, that was a rough conversation.
Yeah.
The whole, like,
Yeah.
she was dying, so I said the thing she wanted to hear, but I guess I wasn't good enough. Like, dang,
Yeah,
dude.
or definitely
That's pretty
definitely
rough.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yikes, man.
That
Like,
Eve loved
what
her.
would
in a
you do
different
in
way,
that
and Lilith
situation?
just
Like, what would you do if somebody is dying right in front of you and they say, like, and you know that they like you and you only like them as a friend, and they say, "Hey, I love you."
Oh
What
man.
what would you even say?
Honestly, in the moment, I couldn't think of anything else to do except for what Lilith did.
Exactly.
Genuinely,
That's why I feel like she shouldn't be at, like, fault for doing that. It's more of the stringing her along type thing.
yeah, that was really it. Yeah, just the stringing along and kind of almost like I don't want to say
Taking advantage of her
using.
kindness.
Yeah,
Taking advantage of her kindness. Yeah.
That's what That's what I'm questioning. I'm like, Lilith, and
Yeah, like,
that's not good.
great.
But
Yeah, that's not great. It's at least it's not like it could be worse, I guess is what I'm saying.
true, it could be. But I mean, like
Like,
saying
tons
what
of people yeah.
saying what Eve wanted to hear, I guess is the best. That was the best thing I
Yeah,
could have
'cause
thought of doing.
yeah, and it's really fucked up that Lilith knows that Eve knew she was lying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as maybe she wasn't stringing her along. I mean, she said that she she said that Eve didn't believe her when she said, I love you too. So maybe what happened was, well, stringing somebody along is basically like not directly saying that you like when they say, hey, I love you, you're like, oh, cool. Like
Yeah.
you don't like say, hey, I don't love you or set
Mm-hmm.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Is that what like stringing somebody along means?
Um,
Because that's basically what it sounds like she did. Like
I mean,
she
'cause,
didn't
yeah,
reject her.
she knew, so I'm guessing Eve probably told her multiple times before, and that's how she probably reacted. Um,
Yeah, she was probably
uh,
like, "Oh, cool," or something like that. Or she said something like, "Give me time to think about it," or "I'm not sure," or something like that. So I feel like it maybe Lilith was just awkward. She didn't know how to reject her friend.
mm-hmm.
I'm giving Lilith the benefit of the doubt because I don't think she's a bad person.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's bad. It's giving manipulate. No, I mean, she's also feeling remorse for it. So that's the only reason why I'm not
Yeah.
seeing like, oh, she's horrible, she's bad, but like also like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Bringing someone along is basically making them feel like there's a chance for what they want, but you know
Okay,
you're
so
not going to
then
give it to them. Yeah.
yeah, so then she was stringing her along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's get back to it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I think she feels like she kind of played her a bit. I think,
Yeah.
like, kind of,
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
That's what I get from that
To
whole interaction.
to kind of conveniently, because I think Lilith really wants to be here. I don't think Eve did, but I think that because she was stringing her along, I think that she feels that like it is her fault because
Eve maybe didn't.
If she would have told her the truth, I don't think Eve would have probably been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't think I don't think Lilith did anything expressly sinister. It was more so like, oh well, I want her to come with me and she's into me, so I'll kind of like let her flirt, do her thing, you know, if it keeps it going.
Well, I think that's the problem, is that it's not entirely sinister until the repercussions of this trip because of
it
this
wouldn't
Yeah.
have been had it not been so drastic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Lilith. I mean, I don't think that she's like a bad
Yeah,
character.
I don't hate her. I actually like her character. I think that's an interesting. She's one of the more diverse out of the group, I think.
Yeah, I think like
She's a very
her being
complex
conscious of that
character.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
She has complex feelings.
Yeah, she I don't think we know anything about Bonnie and Clyde, but I think out of everybody besides the main character, she's the most like that are alive, the most
Mhm.
redeemable.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we don't know anything like deep about them. We just know that they in a relationship, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, they're older couple.
Right, they're old. Yeah, okay, and I think they said that they grew up together. Question mark.
They were like childhood sweethearts, and
Yeah,
that
mhm.
continued until that's the dream, isn't it?
Right? Like that doesn't exist. A
Yeah,
childhood.
like you stay with someone from from your you get together when you're in middle school and you marry.
Yeah,
and you
there's.
stay together until you're old.
I only see that on TV, man. I've never actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I've actually encountered someone like that.
Yeah.
Having it weigh on, I think shows a bit more to her character, because I think before I kind of read her not really both of them, but being a bit ditzy maybe, or just kind of like, oh
Yeah.
we're just here.
Yeah,
It's
Eve
like
is a
good
bit
time.
ditzy.
So it's kind of interesting to give another little emotional
Ow, I got bonked.
level to her as a character.
And
Bye,
I think
Katsue.
they did enter it kind of hapless.
The bonk worked
Their
this
attitude
time.
of like, oh, we're gonna get this footage and put it on YouTube, and we're gonna get this footage and stuff.
Definitely.
I mean, so did everyone else, because you expect this Rob guy to be right that you're gonna
that's the
enter an
thing is-
alternate dimension. Like,
Well, yeah, no one expected someone to be buried into asphalt. Like, I mean, like,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone
"Well, just stick to
expects
my
that.
rules and you'll be fine.
yeah.
What else is happening? No, don't worry about it. Just, hey, look at that bird. bird. Focus on that bird. And you're like, what if we don't? And then like a giant like plant.
It's the head pats Cat's away. See ya.
Oh, should have focused
Wow,
on
you
the
bonked
bird.
me and give Nina head pats. Wow.
Yeah, there's no tactical
crazy
precedent for the
Katsui.
pavement eating someone. Like, there's
No.
no rule book on that. There's no play-by-play. Yeah, you make
Do you
it
think
up as you
also
go
that
along.
he hasn't said any of this stuff because he thinks that like if he would say that, not only would people not want to come, but also people would just be like, this guy's a nut, and they like
Hard
I
to
think so.
love.
you know what I mean? Like I think,
very
like, I
interesting
wonder how much
love,
of it's him
Katsui.
being like, well, if I would have told you, you would have like thought I was crazy, and you wouldn't have even wanted
Interesting
to.
way to
go.
phrase
Think
it,
about
too.
it this way, Rob knows everything and more of what's happened so far. Except the only thing that seemed to surprise him was Jubilation being violent. But other than that, everything seems to be new, like familiar to him. And the way he explains it to Alice in the beginning is, "Oh yeah, weird stuff happens." Like,
Yeah, you get used to
I
it.
mean, he
it's
definitely
kind of an
Like-
understatement, Rob. Yeah.
he for sure undercut it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but I like Lilith.
Next
I hope she lives so that the tragedy means something. I hope she makes it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that there's a purpose to it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Either Lilith lives or everyone dies. Either of those scenarios could work.
Yeah.
But
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
I hope Lilith makes it. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
the next morning goes quickly. It's amazing how efficient a group of people can be when none of them feel like talking. Not only that, but breakfast has become a noticeably brief affair. I managed to get through half
yeah.
a bag of trail mix
True.
before I find myself uncomfortably full. Rob's words about the road sustaining properties ring in my ears as I look around the group. Everyone leaves their bowls half empty. Lilith hasn't eaten a bite. By this point, the launch protocol has been drilled into us. Despite our preoccupations and the fractious
I was gonna
rift
say,
developing
didn't they
between
say
us,
earlier
the cars lined
that
up
they
like clockwork as they merged
like
onto
the way that
road.
they're going down
time
these
is
rows,
slowing down on
The
their
mood of the
bodies
group
and
seems
the
Yeah.
like
procedural.
world around them.
All radio
not needing much
broadcast starts with
gas for
starting
the
of
car,
person,
not getting hungry,
followed
stuff
by
like that.
of
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
recipient. The cars maintain an even, careful distance between one another. We've seen all too clearly what happens when the rules are neglected, and no one wants to take chances anymore.
How far away are we?
From where?
You haven't got to the end of the road, right? I mean, you're still charting it.
That's right.
Well, how long until we get to, to uncharted territory?
To be honest, not too long.
What's going to happen once we reach that point?
We're gonna keep driving.
Until we get to the end?
That's the plan.
How do we know if there is
You know, I
even
won't
an
push you
end?
if you want to turn around.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can talk someone into it.
Could I talk?
Like Rob must have a
talk you into it?
definitive end in
Rob
his
smiles.
mind,
Mm-hmm.
and that scares
Yeah.
me.
This trip ain't like the others. Road's kicking back like never before. I think it knows I'm coming all the way this time.
What is this place, Rob?
Rob sighs as he slowly takes the next left on a quiet, rural T-junction. I think it's a stray thread, running off to spoil. The radio
Not spoil,
crackles.
spool.
Cool.
Rob, you just took the wrong turn.
An instant drum of fresh panic hammers in my chest. I stare at Rob, and he stares right back. I know
Uh-oh.
he's feeling the same thing I am, though he's doing a much better job of keeping it off his face. He thinks carefully for a moment. No, I've been down this road before. We took a right last time.
Yes. The turn before this one was a right, I remember.
Ferryman to all cars. Thanks, Bonnie, for giving us the fright of our lives. We're on the correct road.
Oh my gosh.
I hate it.
No, that can't be. It's
We're on the right. We're,
Martin, tell them.
wait, hold on.
Our mistake, Rob. Let's keep going. Bristol?
There's concern in Lilith's voice. I lean over to my wing mirror, attempting to gauge the atmosphere in the car behind me. There's clearly some commotion between Bonnie and Clyde, with the latter attempting to gently remove the walkie-talkie from his sister's hands.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Because
So-
remember, she's losing her mind.
Oh wait,
Well,
no,
what
they're
I'm saying
siblings.
is
They
I
aren't a
feel like
couple.
because she talked to the hitchhiker.
Okay.
That I feel like it's the road trying to fuck them up.
Yeah, she's like a
Wait,
conduit
are they?
for the
I can't
road
remember.
at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
They're either married or siblings.
Yeah, I know they're
That's-
close. That's all I
Past
know, remember.
Yeah.
Clyde, past Blue Jay, an old dilapidated road sign made of weathered timber stands by the side of the road behind us.
Yes, we're watching
I can't
videos.
read all of it as the peeling letters grow ever smaller.
Hello,
but
one-time
I can
follower.
piece together what it probably once
I
said.
could say tough love, but
Winnery Bay,
I
5
mean,
miles.
just be you. So,
Ooh.
oh my god,
Yeah,
Catsily.
yeah, very
That's what
abusive.
Well, what's interesting
my
too about
God.
that, man,
All he
is
does
Rob
is
was like,
bonk
"Oh, it's
me.
not too much farther till we get in uncharted
Oh,
territory." And
that's
of
a good
course,
point.
it's Winry Bay.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Do you think
Yeah.
that means Rob has been, or that's where he turned around?
I'm wondering if that's where he turned around. Is what I'm.
Oh, the
thinking.
Wintry Bay thing
Oh,
that everyone's been
that's
talking
what
about
happened.
more recently.
Forever.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
so excited to see what Winry
Mostly
Bay is.
Bonnie.
Oh, I'm like a kid.
Right.
Honestly, like I know that you all wanted to see part 2 of the Left Right game last Saturday, but honestly, I don't care about you. I was upset
Damn.
I didn't get to read the like, I
Yeah.
like all week was thinking in my head like, what is Winry Bay?
Yo, he doesn't
What is
care about
Winry
us.
Bay? And I'm
Well,
so
especially
excited.
putting such a notion on it. I mean,
Fair.
like my favorite part was the hitchhiker, and I love that interaction with him is still ongoing in
there's
the
still
story. Like there's still
repercussions.
repercussions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Just how fun.
I'm pumped. All right, Winry Bay, 5 miles.
We're gonna turn around, right? 1 second, Bonnie. I'll check the map.
I promptly switch off the radio.
Are we not passing through Winry Bay?
Rob turns to me, a puzzled look in his eyes. Through where? In the wake of those two innocently inquiring words, my mind reels back to the morning of our 3rd day on the road, watching Bonnie and Clyde wander over to Rob to confess their transgressions with the hitchhiker, the quiet conversation that passed between them, Rob's seemingly comforting response.
This
I
looks like
felt
we're having a
wretched in
sleepover.
those moments.
Yeah, we
A few
are.
minutes prior, I had tricked and deceived Clyde, yet I never once considered he might have done the same to me.
Is it safe to pull over?
What? Why?
Is it safe, Rob?
Oh,
Yeah, it should be.
What's up?
sorry, I was talking over it. They said I felt the quiet conversation. Okay, watching Bonnie and Clyde wander over Rob to confess their transgressions with the hitchhiker, the quiet conversation that passed between them, Rob's seemingly comforting response. I felt wretched in those moments. A few minutes prior, I had tricked and deceived Clyde, yet I never once considered that he might have done the same to me. So he never told Rob that he talked to the hitchhiker. Is what it's
Okay.
implying. That's what it's
Mhm.
implying.
Okay. Makes sense. Also,
Pull over.
do you think Rob actually doesn't know what Wintry
I
Bay
switch the
is?
radio back on and grab the receiver. As I make a connection to Bonnie and Clyde's car,
Because Alice asked if we were stopping at Winry Bay.
He usually doesn't lie so outright. He usually does it like
Bristol to all cars. We're stopping up ahead.
more vaguely.
Alice
Okay.
doing this is one of the smartest moves in the story. The moment she puts the pieces together that Clyde and Bonnie did not tell Rob that she's been talking about Winry Bay. The moment Alice finds out, she's like, "All right, we're doing this now. We're doing it right here." That's smart. That's very smart.
Well,
Because
what's also interesting is he felt like he didn't understand. And if I remember right, Alice did have some interaction with the hitchhiker, right? Like one little thing? Or almost?
it was almost because randomly the hitchhiker goes, "You're just a disappointment, aren't you?" And she
it
turns
surprised
around real
her.
quick.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't
she's
she say
about,
what?
And
though?
goes-
What'd
No,
you say, or something like that?
she says
Like she opens her
the
mouth
way
but
it's
doesn't
written
say
is
anything.
it says what? And
Yeah.
it says, right before the words leave my mouth, Rob grabs me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, because
So-
I was just wondering if.
And then Bonnie and Clyde were what? Well, one of them was the one that was like,
she looked
the
at me,
hitchhiker
she made eye contact.
her like
I
sneezed,
don't know
and
if that would count
Bonnie
as
was
the
like,
same
"Bless
thing.
you,"
She
or something like that,
spoke
right?
to me. She never spoke
That's
to me.
such a messed up
Whereas
thing
It's
to
so
do. Like,
rude.
Bonnie straight
It's
up let
instinctive.
him
Full
know
conversation
after he
with him.
sneezed,
Yeah, it's
and then she
instinctive.
just started talking to him after that.
Yeah.
Which the sneeze is a clever way to get someone. That's
So
Yeah.
messed
Yeah,
up.
that is good.
All right. Rob seems acutely aware that I'm not messing around. As soon as we roll to a halt, I throw my door open and jump onto the dusty roadside. Striding over to the rest of the convoy who are just
Without
starting to get out of
fear.
their own cars, I'm conscious of a driving anger behind each step I take.
You didn't tell him. Bristol,
What's going on, Bristol? Rob marches up behind me, more than a little restless to get a grip on my motives.
Clyde.
Clyde looks around a circle of expectant eyes. When he delivers his answer, he's unable to meet any of them.
Bonnie talked to the hitchhiker.
Rob's expression shifts, his confusion degrading into a solemn understanding. Damn it. You knew about this, Bristol?
I told them to tell you in the morning of the third day. I saw them go over to you, and I thought they did. Bonnie thought you'd turn us around.
Well, she was damn right. You've seen what happens when the rules get broken. You should have seen me as soon... Hold on. You should have told me as soon as you saw me and headed right back home.
That was before Ace. Before everything. I didn't know this place was...
The rules are the rules, Clyde. Is anything even wrong with Bonnie? You said she gets confused. Was that a lie? Clyde doesn't answer, avoiding Rob's glare. As I process what Rob's just said, I
two
have to say I'm
siblings.
surprised by the
They're
deviousness
siblings.
of the two
Okay.
siblings. When I thought they were telling Rob about the hitchhiker, it appears they'd instead told him that Bonnie was, to some degree, senile. It was
Wow.
a simple lie.
Wow.
but
Whoa.
one that would adequately explain her odd behavior, draw sympathy from Rob, and, most ingeniously, prevent
is
him from telling me about
insane.
their
Wow. Yeah.
And they went
buried beneath a
so
pleasant
far to
lie.
say
The
that.
subject matter just uncomfortable enough to head off any chance of discussion. Still, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
We can head home if you want. No.
The group turns to Bonnie. She speaks in a tone more decisive than I thought her capable.
The hitchhiker, he was talking about the village we just passed. I was looking forward to seeing it. That's all.
Oh.
I'm okay, really. You've been talking about it a lot, Bonnie. It just sounded like a lovely place. I was
Watch the
sad
man
that we
in the
passed
suit.
it by.
That's the Godzilla
I'm
one.
sorry for worrying everyone.
No, we
Please don't
didn't.
make us turn around, Rob.
Rob stares at them both.
He's literally in trance
Position
about
has
this
been
thing
made crystal clear.
for a while now.
We're stopping a little early today. Come the rest of the way with us. Rest up. Then tomorrow, you both go home. You should count yourselves lucky you get the chance to turn around. Rob marches back to the Wrangler, signaling that the discussion is over.
Ooh.
Lilith, you're with us.
Wow.
Lilith doesn't even try to hide her relief as she shuffles away
Oh.
from Bonnie and Clyde and
Imagine
Clyde.
what would have happened to Lilith
It's a
if they
little heartwarming that
stayed.
Rob still has the
with-
awareness.
I know, right?
Oh
Angry
my
with him.
god.
Bonnie probably would have tried to
As
take
well as his
control of the
surprising
wheel and
strength.
turn them
I
around.
also tend to forget how perceptive he can be.
Man.
Bonnie, Clyde, and Blue Jay climb back into their respective vehicles.
Yeah, this was very
I
smart
catch Bonnie's
analysis
eye
part.
The moment before she returns to the Ford. She appears truly disappointed, but otherwise resigned to keep going, satisfied to let Wintery Bay fade into the distance. It's comforting to hear that she's ready to put the place behind her. It's just a pity I don't believe a word of it. Yeah, of course. Of course she's not going to
Of course,
forget about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
duh.
Right.
Yeah.
She's not gonna, just gonna
Absolutely
let it
not.
go.
Yeah.
That's an interesting interaction. I feel like my prediction is Bonnie is going to get her and Clyde killed somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to slow down the story down too much, but I do think that even if they do leave, I think
Are people
it will
still
not be the
putting
last
out
we see.
fireworks? What the
I
hell?
don't believe
Yeah,
that they
absolutely.
are going
They're
to
going to
just
come back
Really?
as
go
those
back.
weird like scarecrow
Yeah, I kept
things later
spark
on.
the little
Yeah.
sparklers.
All that beautiful emphasis on how, like, that sea of corn and like the
Yep.
giant hill. I mean, like, I don't know. I think that like there's going to be something in there. It's just that's just it feels like a concoction for a great scene. So
Wait, why was that
Someone's
deleted?
gonna die. I can't wait.
I don't know what
also,
happened.
no, we're
Also,
gonna
High
see
Choir.
Wintery Bay.
That's
We have to
good.
see Wintery Bay.
I
Wait,
think
why'd
so.
you ban them?
Should I be
I think so. I
concerned?
think that the only thing I'm wondering is
You
why
can
does it
DM
not
me if you
know what
want.
it is?
Well,
Oh no, I'm just surprised. Basically, the person that said message deleted by moderator just said, "Hey, it's two cute VTubers," and then they were banned or the message was deleted, and I'm like, "What?"
Oh. I have the power. It was a viewer bot. Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
They're
I
getting
thought it'd say
way
something very
creative.
different. Yeah.
Wow.
because he's
We see
never
the
driven
sign.
through it, right? Because it sounds
Well,
like
yeah, but
Well,
even
you're
the,
smarter
even
than
the
me.
sign, right?
Gee.
Well, I mean, maybe,
Well, sure, but
maybe like
Oh, wait.
I'm sure there's a ton
Oh,
of
no.
road signs.
What?
Like road signs.
Oh, sure.
So
sure.
whenever he's like Wintery Bay, Rob's like,
You
what?
misread it? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm
Why?
so... You just banned an innocent person. No.
Son, I'm so sorry. You know what? You know what?
Can you unban
People make
them?
mistakes. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you can go to your settings and unban them.
No, Choir did it. People make
Okay.
mistakes. We're all human.
You saw a view about. Well, that was in my chat. In Nina's chat, it was a normal person. Maybe Quara got confused and was looking at my chat.
Maybe it had to happen. I'm so sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, it was an accident. Yeah,
It was an accident. You're back. We're very sorry.
But welcome in. How are you other than
Welcome.
that?
I'm so we're so sorry.
Choir's only human. Choir's only human. It happens.
Oh jeez.
Ugh.
All right.
Okay. Back to our scheduled
Thank
program.
you for still following Nina after that travesty.
I appreciate it. Oh man.
Yeah, Choir, timeout corner. Not actually.
I'm gonna go into the corner. Yeah, no. Think about what you've done, Choir. Take 10 minutes. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding, but yeah, read more carefully. Read more carefully next time. Oh wait, no, he's not. He's not my mod. Never mind. I shouldn't be talking to him for you.
Nah, he's in jail now. Jail now. Jail.
That's Steinbeck? What are you talking about, you know?
Sure.
So-
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Lilith. This is Lilith speaking. It was fucking weird, Bristol.
Lilith seems happy to be in the Wrangler, enjoying the sense of security the modded behemoth affords, and also greatly relieved to be away from Bonnie and Clyde. She spent the last 5 minutes detailing the 30-second argument that unfolded between them, charting its disturbing
glad I caught
nuances
that.
as well as its eerie conclusion.
But I swear she was basically like crying, like she
Pray
didn't
for the
understand how we
messages
could
help
be
you
going the wrong
achieve
way.
your dreams
But then,
soon.
as soon
Goodbye.
as you pulled us over,
There
she
is
just
nothing
stopped.
wrong with your
I mean,
message,
stopped.
but thanks for the follow and for still
must have
being
been-
here. I
That must have
appreciate
been
it.
disconcerting. You have no idea. So, Rob, when are these cornfields gonna fucking end?
Soon. We're gonna rest up for the night in a few turns, then tomorrow it won't be long until we're on a trek through the woods.
The fucking woods? Are you kidding? Are we talking like Sleepy Hollow bleeding trees or what?
Wish I could tell you.
Oh,
Wait,
is that where
what
he
do you mean?
stopped?
I ain't been that far yet. It's new territory.
Oh, we finally made it into a
great.
new area.
Maybe
Yeah.
the cornfields aren't so.
So
Lilith
basically,
goes
he
quiet,
made it to the end of the
transfixed by something in the
cornfields and
rearview
turned
mirror.
around.
Before quickly
Wow.
turning around to get a better look out the back window. The car behind us is out of control. Wow,
Here we
who
go.
could have guessed?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Bonnie is fighting to wrestle the steering wheel from her brother. The Ford swerves erratically behind us,
Uh-oh.
driven mad by the dynamic power.
Oh.
No,
Oh
stop!
my god,
Rob
why
sharply
am I
accelerates
psychic?
out of the way as
Have
the
we
car
not
behind us
learned from what
rumbling to
previously
and fro before
happened?
skidding to a shuddering halt. Rob hits the brake hard, and by the time I've turned in his direction, he's already slammed the door of the Wrangler, storming across the tarmac to Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh my
Cut the
gosh.
engine! The Ford's engine goes silent, and in the absence of its rumbling growl, new sounds emerge. Sounds of a struggle and of a wild, desperate screaming. Stepping out of the car for the second time today, I jump onto the road and cover the distance between us. Rob is attempting to pull a screeching Bonnie from the car. Even with his impressive strength, it seems to be a challenge.
Oh
Bonnie
my.
claws at the walls, trying with all her might to regain her grasp on the steering wheel.
Ugh.
Please, please,
Why
let me
am I
go. Let me
psychic?
go.
Rob extracts Bonnie from the car and attempts to subdue her amidst a flurry of flailing hands and elbows. She writhes and kicks as he pins her arms to her sides.
Bonnie, calm down, okay? Let's talk through this. He told me it was on our. He told me it was on our way. He said we passed through.
He lied, Bonnie.
No, we're going the wrong
Oh
way.
my, she's
We're going the
losing
wrong
it.
way.
Yeah, she's
Bonnie
losing it.
lashes out again, striking at Rob's legs with her own. Rob holds her firmly, hit teeth gritted through every impact. It's clear that Bonnie isn't going to let up. I run back to the Wrangler and open up the trunk. After a few moments of rummaging through my bag, I find the first aid kit and pull out an unopened pack of white zip ties.
Oh,
Oh
dang.
god.
Open the back
Oh
door.
jeez.
Oh, whoa.
That
That
was-
escalated like so
Yeah, that
quickly.
escalated.
Not much else you we
freaking
could
out.
do.
Wow.
But it's funny to be like, all right, you're going in the hidey hole.
All right, well,
Like-
you're gonna have to
Jeez.
get zipped up. Sorry.
You're gonna install Zenless, but
Rob sees me standing with the zip ties.
on the app page it
Even
says your
amidst
phone
Bonnie's
isn't good enough.
incessant
Install all its.
struggle, he looks at me
Dang.
with an almost questioning air, as if he's wondering how we ever arrived at this point. As if he's asking whether we can really do what I'm wordlessly suggesting. Bonnie answers the last question for him. In the slim few seconds of distraction, she slams her head back into his nose, eliciting
Oh.
a disgustingly loud thud and a
Ooh.
pained growl from Rob.
Oh.
Dazed and confused, his nose immediately fountaining blood, Rob manages to keep his arms wrapped around her. But it's clear this isn't going to be sustainable, and that she isn't anywhere close to calming down. Clyde has opened the door, stepping back and looking on like a frightened child as we carry Bonnie over to the back seat of the Ford. I lean in before him, adjusting the headrest until it's pressed against the ceiling, ensuring that it can't be removed from the bracket. I then loop a zip tie around each bracket and fasten them.
What the fuck is going on?
Stay out of this, Blue Jay.
Blue Jay
For
has
real.
stepped out of her car, making her way
Oh
towards us.
no.
I realize that
Here she
someone who
comes,
is
bro.
fighting to not believe in any of this. The following scene would appear to, at best, a melodramatic farce, and at worst, as the attempted detention of an innocent and distressed woman. Sadly, I don't have the time to field her questions. Climb into the car, Bonnie working constantly against us as Rob eases her in after me, his hand on her head to prevent it bumping against the top of the door frame. Once she's inside, I loop a second zip tie around the one I've already fastened on the right bracket, forcing her right hand inside it. I pull the plastic tab over the sleeve of her jumper. I hope it's not too tight, but
This
at
is
the very
serious,
least, it's secure enough
man.
to keep her in place.
It is.
Bonnie continues to pull against the zip ties, but it's clear her strength has been sapped from her spirited battle with Rob. Not quite able to look her in the eye, I push a pile of luggage out of the way and climb out of the other side of the Ford. Rob and I are both getting our breath back, the former pinching his nose and adjusting stoically to the fresh pain.
Hey, what the fuck are... You're not just gonna leave her like that, are you?
Yes, we are. Now get in your car.
Blue Jay.
Exactly.
I walk
Goodbye.
back to the Ranger,
Leave.
tuning out Denise's coarse protest. Rob reaches into the Jeep's still open trunk and pulls out a pile of blankets and pillows. In the rearview mirror, I can see him placing them on Bonnie's lap, giving her a place to rest her elbows.
Yeah, okay.
She leans her forehead against the back of the headrest. Even with her face blocked from view, I can tell that she's crying. We arrive at the rest stop some 20 minutes later. The vague outline of a deep green forest.
I have to
looming on
start a
the
timer
horizon.
this time, yeah, because I can't
It's
see the
earlier
years
in the
now.
day than we would usually stop. Rob tells us he wants the entirety of tomorrow to chart the woods, as well as good time to turn back before nightfall should the need arise. I'm not complaining. I'm glad of the chance to rest up following today's events. For the rest of the day, we take it in turns to keep an eye on Bonnie, making sure she has everything she needs. When the Ford pulled up alongside us, Lilith, Rob, and I expected to see a quivering wreck, tugging ceaselessly against her bonds. We were all surprised, and more than a little disturbed, to find her smiling. By the time
Oh,
my turn
God.
comes around, the sun
Yeah.
is already dipping in the sky.
Jeez.
Rob has prepared a small pot of miso soup in case anyone can bring themselves to eat. I finish my bowl, all too aware of how unnecessary each meal now feels, and pour out a helping for Bonnie. I find her in good spirits.
How are you doing, Alice? I'm fine. How are you doing, Linda? Oh, I'm okay. Sorry for giving you such a fright earlier. I feel terrible.
Are you
It's
really
fine,
okay?
honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about all of this.
I don't know, Neon.
I gesture to the zip-tied restraints. Rob has reapplied them, fastening bandages underneath the straps to afford Bonnie a modicum of comfort. Still,
Oh,
the
that's
scene
nice
reigns
of
with
him.
the sinister barbarian, which no kind
So I
consideration
know
can
it's
make
so
fun.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
It's okay. I wasn't myself. I brought you soup. I know you might not be hungry.
Yeah, never been
No,
zip
no, I'd love
tied,
some.
but you
Thank
know.
you.
Yeah.
Everyone's being so lovely. Well, we just want to make sure you're all right.
The way you're reading this scares me. I want you to know it's good.
I feel like
It's
that's how
good.
she is, right?
No,
It's like
no,
a-
that's,
like-
that's the
yeah.
correct tone, but it's scary.
It is because he's making
I
it
submerge
real,
the
Lydia.
spoon, drench
That's
up
it.
a
Yeah.
measure of warm broth, and begin to raise it towards her.
Oh, no, you don't have to. I can feed myself.
She gestures to her bound hands, the clear implication hanging in the air.
No, I don't mind. I think it's...
Bonnie throws her weight sideways, her elbow jabbing outwards and hitting the bowl out of my hands. Soup spills over my fleece, just a little cooler than scalding hot, and soaks immediately into the fabric.
Bro.
I back away reflexively and watch Bonnie's expression flicker like a faulty light bulb from kind tranquility to utter burning contempt. It's gone as quickly as it appears, just in time for the rest of the group to look our way.
What are you doing with her?
Blue Jay storms across from her car, angrily drawing from a Marlboro and forcing the smoke draconically back into the air.
Nothing, just an accident. It's okay, Blue Jay. It's okay, Blue Jay. It was my mistake. Did she get any on you?
Blue Jay leans in, placing her hand comfortably on Bonnie,
What?
before turning to fix me
Yeah.
with a murderous stare. It's almost impressive how, even when caring for
I don't like this,
simultaneously venomous to those around her.
I think Blue Jay's gonna let her
It was my
go.
fault.
Oh
It's
my
fine.
god, she's
I'm
gonna
sorry for
let.
causing
Oh
trouble.
no, Nya.
Blue Jay laughs at Bonnie's submissive
Oh.
apology, unable to believe what she's thinking. Her eyes remain fixed on me.
You're a fucking coward. Look at what you're making you do. Look what he's making you do. Look.
My eyes follow where she gestures.
You
I have
know
to
it
admit,
was
the helpless
Alice's
figure of
idea,
Bonnie,
right?
restrained in the back
Right,
seat,
yeah, like
rings
Alice
with
was
an
the one who got out the
innate
car
empathy.
first, Nya.
Being forced to
By the
stare
way,
at
yeah.
And
her
got the
face
zip
makes me
ties
feel
out,
utterly
or
Yep.
asked for the zip ties.
The choices
Uh-huh.
I've made seem insane to Blue Jay.
But okay,
that
Nya,
doesn't
sure.
mean hers are
Blame it
not.
on Rob, Nya.
Despite her pretensions of rationality, I can't help but feel that Blue Jay's actions are simply being governed by a different insanity. An insanity born out of the desperate need to explain the unexplainable, which has morphed into an ugly cocktail of paranoia, self-grandeur, and fervent antagonism. Blue Jay notes my silent expression, most likely taking it as a personal victory. Without another
Haha.
word, she returns to her car
Yes,
and shuts
I am
herself
first.
inside, festering silently.
You all shall
and
bow
alone.
before my
I tried
greatness.
to claim first at the beginning, but
Do
it
you know
said
what's
you have to wait
wonderful, Alice?
35 minutes.
Bonnie leans towards me, lowering her
I
voice
don't know
so no one else can
why. It should have been done with a
told me there's a
cooldown,
house.
Nya.
Wait
I didn't stream yesterday, Nya.
My home by the sea.
Did I stream
Weird.
yesterday, Nya? Yo, yeah,
I'm sorry,
yes, I
Bonnie, I
did.
don't think
But
there
it should have
is.
been already 24 hours at
It's
that
going to be
point, Nya.
such a beautiful place. Such a beautiful place.
Also, hi, son.
What Wendigoon video is
Bonnie
this?
flashes me a
It's
broad grin.
not a Wendigoon video. It's a Creepcast
It's been
episode.
lovely knowing you, Alice.
But Wendigoon is in here.
Bonnie turns away from me.
It's the
placing
left
her
right
forehead
game
back
part
on the
2.
headrest.
Mm-hmm,
The grin doesn't fade as I turn away. I walk back to the Wrangler, faced with the choice of changing into new clothes or my thermal pajamas. After removing my fleece and lying down for just a moment, I end up sleeping in the clothes I'm wearing. At some point, I'd walk up to Rob and be like, "Rob, we gotta kill her."
Oh my god.
Hey, Rob.
I mean, yeah,
Bonnie
yeah.
is pretty sure she's gonna kill us. I'm almost
Yep.
positive she's gonna kill us. Well, we got a lot of territory to chart, and Clyde's just like, I don't know why you guys are being so weird to my sister. Stop being so mean to my sister. She's fine. She's like trying to eat her own face in the back seat of the car.
Yeah.
She's like,
weird like that.
she's vibrating, speaking Latin.
Alright, so do we have to go home then, or what? If we have to
I
go
don't know
home,
what
then
the big
fine.
deal is. She does this.
I don't know why you're being so
okay?
weird.
It's that time
Oh,
of the
you know,
month. She
that's
gets like
just
She
Linda,
talks to a demon,
Nya.
Who cares? God.
She talks to
You know, I
a
really
demon,
thought
Nya. It's not
when
me,
you were
Nya.
being Alice,
I'm not the
you said
one,
that you were
Nya.
gonna go, Rob, you're gonna want to see this.
Rob, yeah, you're gonna want to see this.
She's right behind me. Yeah, you get it.
Oh, that's great,
Yeah,
Nya.
yeah.
Rob,
Love that, Nya.
right- yeah, all right.
Before you move on, I mean, she's gonna escape, right?
She's gonna.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think what she's doing
Yeah.
is she's manipulating emotions to turn everyone against each other, so she can escape somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I think you're onto something though, Nin. Again, Nya.
So this is the end of the day kind of thing. There's a little bracket here. So this is the new day.
I
I'm
mean,
expecting
it's either
that
gonna be
they're
Blue
gonna
Jay or
gone. I feel like
Clyde that's
Clyde's
gonna
be
release
missing
her.
as well, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, let's find out.
Let's see.
When I wake up, the Wrangler's moving. The air mattress reverberates and my body rocks as we make a sharp U-turn. I sit bolt upright, Lilith waking up next to me, similarly bleary-eyed and confused. Rob is behind the wheel. The gear stick shakes as he transports us down the road at incredible speed.
Rob.
Oh,
what's happening?
we speeding. Oh,
Bonnie
something
got herself
happened,
free.
Nya.
Of course, of
there you
course.
go.
Bonnie got herself free. I was
Wow.
right. I'm
Bonnie
psychic.
got herself
Who
free,
let her
just
free
headed for the
though,
turn.
Nya?
I pull myself into the passenger seat, suddenly wide awake.
What? How did she get free? Is she with Clyde?
She hit him over the head, dragged him out of the car. I couldn't wait for him, but he's catching up.
Okay, Blue Jay. I was right.
Wait, what? She hit him over the head.
She hit him over the head and dragged him out of the car, so I'm guessing that she took their car. So I'm guessing that he's catching up in terms of, like, maybe he's riding with Blue Jay?
Yes, that's what I bet it means. So so Bonnie is by herself in that car. Yeah.
Bonnie is by herself going to that turn.
Yes, correct.
Oh
All
my.
right. Lilith and I
Gosh.
turn around.
Yeah.
Blue Jay's car is gaining on us. A distant pair of high beams steadily drowning the rear window in light.
Why is Blue Jay helping him? She probably wants to keep an eye on us. Rob, do you think we'll catch up with Bonnie?
I'm working on it. The Wrangler continues to rocket through the darkness. We keep our eyes fixed forward, scanning the very edge of the horizon for any sign of Bonnie's Ford. When Blue Jay pulls alongside us, I get a look at the pair. Blue Jay is not, but steely determination, dedicated to reaching Bonnie before we do. Clyde looks mortified, rocked by his sister's actions, a small contusion on his head to mark her vicious betrayal.
Dang,
Rob
yeah.
screeches to a halt once we arrive at the junction. Blue Jay's headlights are already illuminating the road to Winnery Bay. And Rob's lighting rig coats the entire area in an artificial twilight. In the middle of it all, we see Bonnie, standing next to her car, smiling. She's already beyond the threshold of the turn.
Oh, so it actually let them
Linda.
pass this time.
Linda, please. Come on back now, okay?
You can all come with me. There's a place for all of us. He told me. There's a place for everyone.
Linda.
No.
You have to
Yeah.
come back.
Mm-mm.
A strange tail of black dust is streaming off Bonnie's skin.
Oh,
Rising
hell no,
Burning
yeah.
After a moment,
Holy
it becomes
crap.
clear that the edges of Bonnie are slowly degrading. converting quietly into
yeah.
dark ash and drifting into the atmosphere.
I love you very much, Martin. You're always welcome.
No,
please.
yeah.
Bonnie turns around and climbs into the car. Without
She
looking
didn't
back, she
drag
pulls away
Clyde
the
down
road
with
to
her,
Winnery Bay.
though, yeah.
The trail of black particles rise from the Ford as she goes, with greater
Interesting,
and greater
yeah.
volume as the entire car starts to wither away before
The
our
car
eyes.
too?
Less than a minute later, the Ford, with Bonnie inside it, gradually dissolves into dust and scatters to the winds. Clyde doesn't speak. His entire
Okay,
being
but
is quiet.
if you think about it,
Lilith
yeah.
immediately runs back to the Wrangler.
I'll pause
Rob
it.
waits-
Yeah.
This is the best outcome, honestly.
My yeah just ended. But if you really think about it, everyone who's died so far, something's happened to their car, too,
Oh, true.
making it not
Clyde
usable
is-
anymore.
Now Clyde is gonna have to sit with Blue Jay. Poor him.
Permanently, yeah. Crazy.
Oh, like
Poor guy.
honestly, this is the best outcome. Honestly,
Yeah. It's just so ironic, honestly.
mm-hmm.
It really is. Oh man. Okay, I'll keep playing.
While staring at the dancing clouds of dust
Excuse me.
before putting his arm around Clyde and gently escorting him to the Jeep. As I turn away from the road to Winnery Bay, I take note of Blue Jay's reaction. She looks absolutely petrified, more so than I've ever seen her. She impulsively removes the pack of Marlboros from her pocket and holds them in her hands before quickly returning them, unsmoked. The night passes slowly after we return to the rest stop. All of us are exhausted, and more than willing to surrender to the escapism of sleep. Rob rests in the driver's seat, giving up his space on the air mattress to Clyde. Everyone drops quickly enough into a quiet slumber, leaving me awake with only my thoughts for company. I find myself thinking of Blue Jay, of how she could possibly hope to rationalize the disintegration of Bonnie and her car. I wonder how I'd feel if the left-right game were exposed as some unparalleled magic trick. Would I feel foolish? No, I don't think so. Impressed? Maybe. Relieved? Most definitely. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I miss the innocent days when I believed the game was a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I see why Blue Jay is so adamant about dismissing the place. Trickery, however,
Everything that's
elaborate,
happened
is
so
almost
far just
always
feels
the
like,
preferable
you know,
alternative to genuine horror.
like a dream. Like
The
you'll
Jeep
wake up
doors
from
open
it.
Yeah.
Part of me tries to ignore it, to wash my hands of any other developments.
But
in
obviously this is
harrowing
all
night.
happening.
However,
In real
exiled as
time.
I am from the kingdom of sleep, I slowly find myself sitting up, quietly putting on my boots, and letting myself out. I step out into the cool night, observing the figure before me.
Where are you going, Clyde?
Uh-oh. Klein turns to face me. I initially interpret the look he gives me as one of resignation, but the word doesn't quite fit. Resignation is a defeat. The world exacting compliance from you against your own wishes.
Clyde.
But the man before me is as calm as the night air around him. His wishes are clearly his own. There's no defeat in his eyes, but something else entirely. Peace, maybe.
You know where I'm going, Alice.
Clyde speaks softly, a quiet conviction behind every word he says. I briefly glance towards the Wrangler, wondering if I'm really equipped to handle this on my own.
Don't call Rob. I made a mistake coming back to the rest stop. I shouldn't have done... Please, just let me go. Clyde, just wait for tomorrow, okay? He'll understand. He'll turn us around and take you home. It won't be home anymore.
Oh,
Clyde's gentle
man.
stare renders me silent.
Linda had a husband once. He was a good man. Died young. She could never bring herself to go looking again, and I never found out who I was looking for. We've been by each other's we've been by each other's side for 60 years. 60 years! I gotta be honest, even after all we've been through, everything you and I have seen, I never felt like I was in a new world until now. I don't think I can let you do this, Clyde. I'm sorry, Alice, but it's not up to you.
Clyde breathes in the cool night air, exhaling through his nose.
I yelled at her to come back. When she ran off to rob that ice cream parlor, I kept calling out and calling out.
Oh,
I
man.
spent so much energy trying to get her to come back to me. After all, I realized she wasn't coming back. That I'd have to follow her. I should have realized it earlier.
Ugh.
That's all I can do.
Oh my god.
Follow where she goes.
The fact that
Clyde
he's
looks at me,
comparing
almost
this to when they were
apologetic.
kids is...
Mhm.
Goodbye, Alice.
He
It
turns away from the
hurts.
convoy and wanders back down the
Yeah.
Clyde,
road. Turns around one last time.
do you want company?
It takes roughly an hour for us to walk back to the junction. In the time we have, I'm treated to the story of Bonnie and Clyde. The warmest fragments of their life together, the moments that built them, the waves that rocked them, and the places they once called home. I don't think I'll ever agree with what Clyde is doing, but the more he talks, the more I understand. His stories span more than half a century, supported by a transient cast of acquaintances and friends, but at the core of each tale is a pair of siblings who meant the world to one another. The pair existed as two relative souls, quantifiable only in relation to each other. In the absence of one, the remnant was indefinable, a drifting point, unanchored in space. The story ends just as we reach the junction.
I hope she's out there. I hope so too. Thank you for coming with me. I know it's late. No, it's never a bad time to see a friend off.
Clyde smiles at me one last time before turning to face the road. He steps over the threshold, past the old wooden sign. In the silence of the night, I hear nothing but his soft footsteps and the quiet breeze, which, after a few minutes, carries the last of him into an open sky. It's a long walk back to the convoy. My mind is numb to fear as I make my way through the dark, the corn rustling in the wind beside me. It's been 4 days since I arrived at Rob Guthard's house, sat down at his table, and listened to him speak about the new world he discovered. In that time, I've seen things I can't hope to comprehend, sights that exist beyond the spectrum of our reality, things I wouldn't have deemed possible. For all I know, there is a Winnery Bay, and Bonnie has already arrived at her house by the sea, standing at the door, waiting with confidence for her brother's arrival. I may never know, but I do hope they find each other, wherever they may be.
Dang. End
Wow.
of part 6.
Sorry, I went really quiet for that. I need to take that all in.
It's a crazy thing.
Damn.
In this chapter, we lost Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie insane. We saw how she is lost, but Clyde is pretty much just like, there's no life without my sister, and pretty much gives his life at the end there. Pretty unbelievable. Like, just sad, but then also, like, in a way, it's like, I don't know. I would be, it's 60 years is a long time.
Right.
You know, those are people who definitely depended on each other forever, and in a way, that relationship is like their life. So one can't exist without the other. But yeah, I don't know. Also, it's kind of exciting too because now we're getting to the spot where Rob has never been through these woods. Which I was going to ask you, when he's drafting these things, right? Does he go and he, like? I wonder. I'm curious because he's known where to go each time, which means that he's probably gone down roads. And he's like marked which is the correct left and which is the correct right. So I'm wondering how he's going to draft that in real time if he means to get to the end of where he's going.
What do you mean?
'Cause
You
now he
just
doesn't know
go
which
right,
left or
left,
right
left,
to
right,
actually
left,
take.
right.
Right. I can't.
I'm so sad.
Oh man.
that whole that was so sad. That last part about the being insufferable, and then like him knowing that it's almost like I feel like Clyde knows there's no Winnery Bay, right? There's no like betterment to what's happening.
I think
here,
you always
but...
hope for the best thing. In a way, I mean, like it is sad, but in a way,
Oh, what is going on? Oh.
I don't know.
I have
Like
no
definitely,
clue.
it's not like I'm like advocating for his suicide in that way, or unaliving. Sorry, YouTube. But I think like I don't know the part about a person caring about somebody so much that he just wants to be with them in this place, even if he doesn't believe that it's there. I think that like there's a bit of peace to that, and I think even Alice kind of understands that in a way too. Like, if he kept going, it's like he's just going to be lost and miserable and stuff. I don't think that like justifies
An empty
really,
shell.
like this kind of reality that he's getting ready to face, but it's very sweet in a way, in a very odd way. At least that's how I read it.
Hmm.
Man, that was yep.
See, at this point, any normal person would have been like, I feel like we should be done with this game. Let's turn around as a group, as a collective.
Bonnie go. That's my.
But Rob,
'cause last
that's not
time
what's
she
going
was
through his
and then
brain,
somehow she's
obviously.
out of the zip ties and steals the car, right?
Oh,
So I
that's
think-
true.
I think Blue Jay cut her
You-
loose.
What's frustrating is that she still has this level of, which I know that this one ended with even Alice being like, you could see that she was like petrified of what she saw, like,
Yeah.
and that even Alice makes the thing of like it'd be hard for her to not.
Especially if
realize
she
that
was
this is real.
responsible for it.
Oh, exactly. Like
Yeah.
she's like, oh fuck, I caused this. Kind of a very
Yeah,
similar thing
oops.
that Lilith was facing at the beginning of the episode. I think it's
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah, that's a
or
good,
at the
that's a
beginning of the
good
story.
juxtaposition. Yeah, Lilith.
Wow,
it's
yeah.
But in different ways. Yeah.
Very interesting full circle kind of scenario. But yeah, no, I mean, I even at the beginning though, when she was like guilting Lilith, like look what he's making you do or whatever. It's like, yeah, but did you not just see the person drowning in asphalt before this, or the other like all
Yeah,
the
I
other
was
things?
thinking that,
It's
like,
weird.
Why is the ash the unbelievable step, but the asphalt drowning and all that wasn't? Like,
I know,
not to
maybe
mention,
it's just the.
I know we've said this before, but the hundreds of miles of unpopulated
Yeah.
road, like
You haven't had to fuel up in how long? Like it's just like
Right.
it doesn't make her speculation doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess
Denise
to a
does
point,
not make any
maybe
sense,
her
like-
character is
Yeah.
trying to be like, oh well,
She's
I'm
trying so
right, and
hard.
This guy is a phony.
Well, that's kind
whatever.
of what Alice pointed out when she was like, I feel like Blue Jay's gone to a different kind of insanity. Like,
Yeah.
the opposite
Total denial.
Yeah, yeah.
Total and absolute denial is what it feels like.
But she
But, I
might
mean,
have just got Bonnie killed, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I like the way that they go about this too. Of like every time people die, it's one less car in the
Yeah, we
in the
can point that
caravan
out.
of their group.
Yeah,
So like
you did.
once there was 5 cars. Now there's probably only going to be 2.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you
down to
have-
2 now.
Now you
'Cause-
have the Jeep and Blue Jay's car. That's it.
Yeah, because we lost Ace's Porsche at Jubilation. We lost both Apollo
Oh,
and
God.
Lilith's car at the
Sorry if you guys
Asphalt,
heard
and we
that.
just
Freaking
lost Bonnie and Clyde's car.
firework.
So there were 6, and now we're
Oh,
down
I
to
didn't.
just Blue Jays.
Okay.
And, Rob's.
I'm gonna have
and
to
all that's
close
left
my
is
window
Rob,
because of these
Alice, Blue Jay,
doofuses.
and Lilith. So
Yep.
it seems like each trial there's just people one by one they're getting kind of picked off. So really interesting. And I mean, we still have 7, 8, 9, and 10 to go through. I'm very curious to see where this
Wow.
goes. There's a lot of story left, so buckle
Oh,
up, our dear
jeez.
listeners.
Yep. I'm excited.
Hold on tight.
All right. So, opening with part 7. Once again, this is an intro from the person compiling this. Hi guys, apologies for the.
Oh my god, I don't care.
What the text said.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's,
Hi guys, welcome to the
every
channel.
time, like,
Be
do
sure
you
to
not
hit the
read
sub.
any of this?
Make sure you hit the
Like,
sub.
hit that
I
sub
hate
button,
it.
subscribe, hit the bell for more.
Hit
That's
the
pretty
bell.
much the vibe it gives, though.
Hi guys, apologies for the delay in getting this post up.
I
Events
don't
conspired against me, it seems. Please let me know if you have any information.
Events
Actually,
conspired
that
against
intro sounds a
him.
bit more worrisome than the previous ones, right? There's no conversation there. He's just kind of like,
Well, he's been very
Help.
nonchalant the last couple ones.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say
think,
he's
like,
speaking less and less.
I don't know. Like, I mean, like, there's sometimes that he says, like, "Oh, I'm working with the missing part." I'm like, I'm working with the Department of Missing Persons, and then sometimes he's just like, "Hey, sorry, I
Yeah.
was taking a shit, my bad," and like that. It's as casual as that. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's an. I'm wondering if it has any ties in with him.
Oh.
At the end.
Oh, I did want to mention the last thing I wanted to mention for that last part before I became so depressed. When he said 6 years, that took me back. Did you know they were that young?
You mean old?
That young? What do you mean?
I'm sorry, that old. I mean,
Yeah, they were an older couple.
I
Or
didn't
an
know
older
that.
pair of siblings.
Your
I don't
internet
think
went
they're-
out?
I
Our
was thinking
data?
they're-
Oh
I
no.
think Rob is older. No. I pictured them, yeah, like in their 50s or
Pain.
whatever. Because I think that
A lot of people's internet's been going out lately.
okay, all right.
and stuff.
Steve's
I
was
still think Rob is the
yesterday.
oldest person, though.
Yes, because
I'm
he was
almost
in
positive.
Vietnam, so he's got to be
Yeah.
like pushing 70, more than that probably.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we are now on to February 13th, 2017. Left right game. Woo! All right.
Woo!
Parts-
Which is the same day, right? They've been on the same. That was the same day as last time, right?
Well,
So are the days
night,
getting longer?
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe, but a night did. Wait, a couple of nights passed in the last one, right? Because it was the Eve and Lilith, or sorry, the Lilith and Alice part, and then that was the next night we just saw. So, I don't know. It's something to keep track of. Okay, we'll see how many days pass in this one. All right. Part 7. I'm followed back from the junction by an overture of birdsong. I'm grateful for the company. In the wake of Clyde's departure, I'm welcoming of any sound that distracts me from my own solitary footsteps, grasping for any conceivable antidote to the palpable silence he's left behind. I'm not,
Oh.
however.
I don't
as
know what the
welcoming of what
tribute's not
shrill,
working, but
melodic warbling
I'm kind of glad it's
represents.
not, because I don't feel like changing
First
things.
symptom of impending daybreak. I'd only been up at this hour a few times before, stumbling back from Nidri Street and down Sweet Market after an unexpectedly heavy night out. My housemates, Molly, Craig, and Tom, would spend the walk joyously discussing the evening's scandals, leaning against one another as we all stumbled away from a night of horrific excess. This time around, the circumstances couldn't be more different. I'm quite alone as I make my way up the road, and the only excess in my night has been a restless torrent of stress and melancholy. There's one similarity, however, resting in the back of my mind as much now as it did then. The nagging feeling that the day ahead will be one of bitter and immediate consequences. I mean, yeah, she's got to walk back and be like, "Oh, Clyde's dead, by the way."
Yeah, Clyde.
Yep.
Clive killed himself.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
and I also was there and facilitated it, so
And said nothing,
But I heard
His
yeah.
life story.
Yeah.
And it was
I'll be
beautiful.
right back.
don't
You can
worry,
keep the video going.
he
Oh,
wanted
okay.
it to happen.
Yeah,
So
he was very. He said, as he was disintegrating, he just
Oh,
kept
or
chanting
find it
"Pog"
later when-
over and over again. It was very,
Pog!
it was very, very cool. And then finally, as he drew his last breath, he just said, "Base."
But okay, Claire.
And then he just immediately disintegrated. and just
Stop! Stop!
Pog, Pog,
Pog!
she's writing in her notes as he's disintegrating. Chat,
Yeah,
is this
Pog,
real?
Pog. Yeah, Chet, is this real?
Is
this real, Chet?
Is this real, chat?
Is this real, Chet? I don't know.
Pog!
I can't believe what I'm saying, Chet. Is this real?
Have you seen the? Oh. I was about to ask. Oh my gosh, I was about to ask if you've seen the animation of XQC.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
He is wheezing right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. For those that don't know, I was just about to ask Hunter if he's seen Hunter's animation.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times.
That meme comes from. Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh, Chet, I can't believe it's real, Chet. Oh my god, Chet. Wow, Chet, wow.
I forget that you're important. Okay. Anyway.
That's crazy.
As somber
His
as
own
this night
animation.
has been, I still find myself.
You know, have you seen the animation?
reluctant to witness the harrowing
The animation that they're talking about? I don't
that
think so.
sunrise will bring. In a few hours' time, the convoy will wake up to find that they have suffered yet another loss. It won't be the brutal, heart-wrenching feeling that they experienced with Eve or Apollo or Bonnie, who perished in front of our eyes, but a muted sensation of gross unfairness, less immediate, yet all the more insidious. As much as we hate to face the horrors in our lives, it can be far worse when they strike us without our knowing. To find out only the next morning that you have been affected by cruel forces acting in complete disregard of your presence and taking
Watch it
without
after
concern.
this is not long. Okay.
It's not going
We
to
have
be
a
long.
couple of. We have
Nevertheless,
a
I'm
long
glad
time
to
till
see
this
the
is
convoy
done.
when it finally comes into view.
And I will say too, I feel bad for Rob, Lilith, not really Blue Jay because whatever, she's a stuck-up bitch. But
Freaking
Rob and Lilith, this is now the
Denise.
second time where someone has approached them by being like, "Hey, you just woke up, someone's gone, like someone's dead." They had to experience that with Bonnie, and then now they even had to experience it with Clyde, but they didn't get the
Yep.
chance to like try and stop him. So
Yeah.
I'm back.
I think
Welcome
it's fair
back.
if they're a little mad at Alice. You know?
sure,
Yeah.
I think so.
I would be.
Yeah.
Orthometal,
The
hello,
Hulking
yeah,
Wrangler rests
meat
by the bedside
canyon,
like an
have a
old
meat.
relic. Right now, I can think of nothing more comforting than climbing into its secure, rugged shell. For a moment, I find it strange how an object built for transit has become the one fixed point in my world. Then again, it's not exactly the strangest thing that's happened on this road. Blue Jay's car is parked sideways on, laid out across the tarmac. The windows are shrouded in darkness, yet for the briefest moment, I think I see the red dot of a smoldering cigarette igniting behind the glass, glowing momentarily before dropping out of sight.
Oh.
I fix my eyes on the Wrangler and keep walking, resolved to ignore the ominous flicker of embers and attempting to ignore its uncomfortable implications. Even still, I shudder to think of the grim conclusions that are being drawn within that acrid, smoke-filled echo chamber. I rest my hands on the Jeep's passenger side door, pausing briefly to gauge the sun's progress. I probably have less than 2 hours before I'll be expected to step over that nascent horizon, to let Rob carry me into unknown territory onto the unexplored section of the left-right game. Whatever lies at the end of this ordeal could very well be 2 roads. It could be 2 roads over. Then again, it could take a whole lot longer. I suppose there's only one way to find out. I climb quietly into the car and gently position myself next to Lilith. It's cramped, and now that she's had the space to move around, it takes a modicum of contortion to properly lie down. But it feels more comfortable than the prospect of resting on the open space that had been reserved for Clyde. For tonight, at least, it would
You're
feel
in a
like
bear
a
suit.
little
What's
too
going on?
much.
Oh
like resting
no,
on a
that's
fresh
Nina.
bed.
Nina's the one in a bear
The morning
suit.
does come quicker.
Oh
than
yeah, my bear blanket.
Surprisingly,
Mhm,
once
it's
I
for
wake
comfort.
from a blissfully dreamless sleep,
Yes.
I realize I'm not tired at all. Perhaps it's going to hit
What's
me later
going
in the
on?
day, or perhaps
They
the need for
are-
sleep is yet
this is a
another
podcast,
casualty
technically.
of the road's odd sustaining quality. It's unsettling to think that the road is exerting some metamorphic influence over me, however convenient the effect. After losing most of my need to eat and drink, and now starting to require less rest, I can't help but feel that something wants us to continue on the road, removing everything else that might distract us from the journey. It's a notion that intrigues and terrifies me in almost equal measure. When I open my eyes, I find myself staring directly at Lilith, who has turned to face me in the night. I can tell she's already awake, quietly resting her eyes, understandably reluctant to face the morning
Oh,
without
thank you for the
someone at her
follow.
side.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, good morning. How'd you sleep? Yeah, not too bad. This place isn't so comfortable. Yeah, you get used to it.
The moment of silence passes between us. I'm already aware of the empty space on the other side of the Jeep, hidden just beyond a pile of luggage and jerry cans. It would be easy for me to act surprised at Clyde's absence, to say that I had slept through the night, to throw myself into a fruitless search effort, and to realize the truth alongside everyone else. Part of me wants to avoid the weight of recent events, to step aside and let all the blame fall against the road. That even if I wanted to, I
She's
know
not
it
the
would be
type of
right.
person, though.
I'm not going to contribute.
She's gonna come
immediately
clean to everyone.
Anyway, for all I know, Blue Jay saw me return from
Oh
the
no.
junction. I won't want to give her the satisfaction of catching me in a lie. If I'm
Oh,
to
that's what
tell
they were
you
talking about when
happened,
they were seeing the
then
flicker
conversation needs
of
to
the
happen
lighter.
certainly before they have a chance
That
to
Blue
discuss
Jay was
Clyde's
up
absence
while
themselves.
they.
The words
Ah.
don't come easily.
They saw both of them leave and only one come
I
back.
quickly realized that any attempt is just delaying the inevitable.
Ah.
In the end,
Oh god, I
all
got
I
jump
can bring
scared.
myself to say is,
Clyde's gone, Lilith.
You
it
narc.
takes a few seconds of quiet comprehension before
That's
Lilith
what I said, oh no,
bolts
too.
upright, alarmedly peering over the luggage to Clyde's side of the Jeep.
Rob!
You narc.
What's going on?
Something took Clyde.
Rob is suddenly wide awake as he twists around to view the back section of the Wrangler. I can see the realization dawn on his face as he understands what's happened. He turns back around and fumbles with the ignition. His eyes in the rear view are burning with desperate intention. He still thinks he can catch up with Clyde before he crosses the threshold. Nothing's taking him, Lilith. Hold on.
Rob, he's gone.
We don't know that. We just gotta...
Rob, he's gone. He already passed the junction.
Rob's eyes flick to the rearview mirror, meeting mine. The engine stays running as he turns around to face me.
You
How
narc.
do you know that?
You narc.
The urgency is drained from the car, replaced instead by a palpable air of inquiry. Lilith and Rob are both looking at me intently, and for the first time on the road, I feel like a figure of a legitimate suspicion.
I
Yeah.
was with him when he crossed over. What the fuck? When was this? Last night, about 4 a.m.
Narc,
He
narc,
said that
narc.
In response to my words, Rob swings the driver's side door open and leaves the Wrangler. I watch him march out into the center of the road, his entire body tensed and strained by a swell of anger. I quickly climb out behind him. Damn it! Damn it, Bristol! Why in the hell did you let him?
You weren't there, Rob. We were fucking yards away, Bristol. You didn't think to wake us up? Of course I did. He told me not to. Oh, okay, well, that's just fine then, is it? He made his decision, Lilith. None of us were going to stop him. Well, I certainly wouldn't have just let him fucking kill himself. You tie Bonnie to the fucking headset, but let Clyde waltz over the road without telling us?
That's true.
That's a false equivalency.
You narc.
Are you serious? Yes, of course it is. Bonnie wasn't herself. Clyde was capable of making an informed decision.
Oh my gosh.
His sister has just died. Of course he wanted to join her. That doesn't mean you let him fucking die. You might as well have helped him blow his fucking brains out.
Lilith!
You
Rob speaks
narc.
the name harshly, forcing its owner into an immediate
Seriously,
silence.
this is
After
fricked
letting the
up.
group breathe for a moment, he
good
speaks
narc.
calmly. Bristol, are you sure there was nothing we could do? I look Rob in the eye. His words hit me harder than Lilith's impassionate tirade. Standing before the both of them at the intersection of their expectant stares, I feel first inkling of doubt creep into my mind. What would have happened if we'd talked Clyde back into the Wrangler, if Rob had forced him to stay? Could he have found some reason to move forwards if we had kept him for a night? A day? A week? All I can do is hold on to my recollection of the night before, reminding myself of the sense of calm, finality that radiated from Klein when I confronted him. All I can do is trust that I made the right call.
No, there wasn't.
This is the time when you decide to
Oh jeez.
I told you I was gonna drop it something.
Thank you,
Narc.
as Clyde was walking off last night.
Yeah.
You narc.
Did the thought come to you? Be
Clyde.
honest. Did the thought come to you to do it then?
No, I was honestly waiting to see if like you could go to like an even like way down the road kind of thing, and just be like, Rob, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Rob, I think I
You
might
know.
need a point in a bloody way of bloody skull, mate. Come
Oh
on.
my gosh.
He should, like in that moment. So in my head, I don't know about you, but to me, Bristol / Alice
Hey,
looks
Caesar.
like the actress who plays her in the Tessa Thompson. In my head, like it's Tessa Thompson. The moment you spoke in that voice, it became like Peaky Blinders, Cillian Murphy. Like
Yeah, it just ends up being Killian Murphy.
just like
being
transformed.
You narc.
Hey, no, Rob. No,
Good
I
narc,
don't
good
think
narc,
that was
good
a thing me
You
to
narc.
do.
You narc. You narc. You narc.
By order of the Peaky Blinders.
By way, yeah.
This is a redeem, Caesar. She's not allowed to say anything other
Alright,
than
thank you
Gnark
for that.
for
Gnark.
Yes,
like
yes.
10
All right,
minutes.
so yeah, Rob just asked. His
Unfortunately, you
confidant
can't correct me
if there was
because all you
anything
can
they
say
could do about
is
their
Gnark.
friend who has
Gnark.
decided to take that action. And Rob says, "Okay, well, there ain't nothing more to say."
Oh, what if I made
Rob walks
up,
back to
like,
the
what if I
window,
said
cutting the
something about
conversation
you
short
that
to the
was,
quiet
like,
resumption of his usual morning
completely
routine.
false?
Lilith
And you
storms
can't
back to
say
the car and
anything
shuts
about it
herself
because all you
inside.
can say is Gnark.
I'm left standing in the
Gnark,
center of the
Gnark,
road,
Gnark.
wondering if I could feel any more rest.
I know what you did.
Nina is sus as hell, and she completely agrees with me, right, Nina?
Blue Jay has
Gnark,
evolved into, like,
Gnark.
a goblin. Like, well,
Gnark.
I hate Blue Jay.
Yeah,
That's how I think. Yeah,
I
I
was
imagine her
going
hair's
to-
all greasy.
I take that
she's
as an
just, like,
agreement.
chain-smoking cigarettes. She's like,
Gnark. Gnark.
I
Gnark.
know what you did.
I was going to give her credit if, like, after the death of
Gnark,
Apollo,
gnark,
and then
gnark,
she had like a turnaround, but she's
Yeah.
just like reinforced her already annoying.
She
position,
has
so.
a narrative that she refuses to back away from.
Yeah,
Like she.
And you know
if it-
what? Sure, I get it. Real world, it'd be hard to believe this kind of thing, but like, I mean, like, you know, Alice said, when you're presented with this much evidence, like, okay,
I think you have to have a character that you can hate, and I think that Blue Jay is a fun character to hate.
Gnark.
Yeah.
Story. It could very well change. I think it will, but we'll see.
I think Blue Jay's gonna get someone else killed before this is over. Probably Lilith.
Oh, yeah,
I'm afraid of.
definitely.
Well, she's already. Well, I mean, I think your theory is right. Like, I think that you find that she did let Bonnie go.
If we
Yeah.
count, if we count
Gnark.
that, then her current kill count is 3 because she killed Ace.
Yeah.
Because she took her time, right?
Yeah.
And they couldn't
Gnark.
help him. She got Ace killed, I should say. And then if she released Bonnie, that led to the death of Bonnie and Clyde. So
Gnark.
yeah,
I mean, you're right. That is 3.
yeah.
She's
So
a terrible person.
She's a terrible person. Yep. Anyway. Well, at least that answers my question. It seems that while I had been struggling to defend the validity of my actions to Rob and Lilith, Blue Jay had very quietly climbed out of her car, waiting patiently for the rest of the convoy to scatter before directing a victorious smile towards me.
Can we not do this, Blue Jay?
She responds to my words by ignoring them completely.
I was up in the night, watching you all.
Gnark.
What a surprise when I saw you leave with Clyde and come back
Gnark.
alone, calm as a fucking grave. I don't know if Clyde was in your little game, but he sure as fuck wasn't happy with how far you've taken it. He had to go, didn't he?
I don't
Yeah,
want
she's totally delusional.
yeah.
She's like
Oh,
Smeagol. She's like
you,
Smeagol
you've
by this point.
killed,
Gnark.
you've killed Clyde because he wouldn't play your game. Yeah.
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 Gnark. 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 Gnark.
I don't want to dignify her words with a response. In point of fact, I'm not
Caesar's just
entirely
trying
sure
to
what I'd say
interpret
to
what
such an
you're
absurd
saying in my
accusation.
chat.
Her statement rings with all the trademarks of paranoid conspiracy, the unnatural confidence, the vague language, the frenetic conclusions,
Gnark,
which
gnark,
are
gnark.
so obvious to her, yet seem impossible for me to grasp. In the end, Blue Jay doesn't wait for my response.
I just want you to know that I'm not falling for your fucking game.
Oh.
But you will not turn me around.
Oh,
And if you try anything like that with me,
Gnark.
I will fucking kill you.
holy crap.
Gnark.
I stare at the woman before me. Her pupils, 2 dark pools of venom. Her smile curled into a crooked smirk of an adulterated contempt.
That's a great line.
Yeah.
It's a great. I love her pupils, 2 dark pools of venom. Great.
Yeah.
Why didn't you talk to the hitchhiker, Blue Jay?
Oh, got her! Oh, slam dunk!
Boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom.
and boom goes the dynamite. And boom goes the dynamite.
Gnark.
Oh, that was good. Blue Jay's brow furrows, the smirk degrading from her face. I don't wait
Yes.
for her response.
I mean, now that we've seen what happens to people who spoke to him, it's fair to assume you didn't. Or am I wrong?
Blue Jay
Gnark.
presses her lips firmly
Oh,
together.
Gnark.
called her
Veins in
out.
her temples and bones against her taut skin.
It's all right, Blue Jay. I was scared too.
Oh, Gnark. Gnark.
She bro literally had a.
Yo, I love that. I love Alice. I love how calculated Alice is whenever stuff starts to, like, she doesn't let her emotions get in the way of her. Like, she's sitting there saying, Blue Jay's like, you killed that person, you're awful. And then Alice is like, you know, come to think of it, why when all this started, why were you playing along? I thought you
She's
weren't
a total
part of the
hypocrite.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gnark.
she believes in it, but she's like I said, she is completely deranged. She's delusional, and she's like stuck herself to this narrative of like it's a lie, so it's always gonna be a lie. But at the same time, you can tell that she's like fucking horrified.
Gnark.
Man, that was good. That was good.
Gnark.
I really like Alice's character. She's like a smart protagonist. I've always said that like horror movies are so much more effective to me when the characters are smart.
How was my
Because
day?
when
My
they're
day
dumb,
was pretty
it's easy to
good.
write off a lot of the deaths and stuff. But when they're doing everything right, it makes it worse.
Oh, thank
right?
God,
Because-
Alexa.
You know the thing about that? I
Stop.
don't think that she's done everything right.
That
I
was
think she
so
does-
epic,
she's
first of all.
consistent as a character.
gosh.
I think that
Yeah.
she has.
You can
Gnark
pause
was
it if you
holding
want.
me back.
Motives, and that's the interesting thing.
I'll pause it.
Oh, no, that's all I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Caesar wants a shout out for following. I'm making that sound bad, but he said, or they said, Nina, I followed your channel.
Oh yeah, I said thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And Gnark.
In Gnark, yeah.
And Gnark. But yeah, thanks for the follow. You're officially a munchie. Thank you. I said all of that. It's just you didn't understand it.
You couldn't understand it. Yeah, we don't speak the language of Narc.
Yeah, it seems no
Gnark.
one does.
Nope.
Except for where I got it from.
Oh, Caesar did figure out what you meant. Ooh, it looks like someone here can speak Gnark.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Dave, what's up? It's been a bit. How are you?
It's a useful language to learn when that's redeemed.
Oh man, those 10 minutes go by way too long.
I can imagine. Okay.
Thing, the juxtaposition, Blue Jay and Alice, is that they both came in with these kind of motives, and yet Blue Jay will refuse to
I'm
like
glad.
drop those motives and like kind of give this a chance or be able to like I think move on, and I think it'll lead to her demise. While Alice is not so easily in the camp that she's aware of everything, and she's like open to the idea of basically humanity in the situation, which I think is why she appears to be such a more compassionate and effective character.
Yeah, I agree. So after that, bell ringer of a statement,
Yeah.
I walked to the back of the Wrangler where Rob has pulled out the stove and 4 camping chairs. After helping him set them in the middle of the road and allowing him to cook me a bowl of steaming hot rice, I sat down next to him and eat what I can.
I think Alice is the one that's mostly just eating.
I
I feel like no one else in this story has eaten as much as she
Yeah.
has.
Lilith seems quiet. She's less angry now, and as I've seen before with her, is now being forced to confront the feelings her fury had been overshadowing. She shares a look with me in the rearview mirror, a look of being genuinely lost. I find myself reflecting the same expression as I stare back at her, and in that small sliver of glass, I think we both find a glimmer of understanding. An understanding that there have been no easy choices on this road.
For
and
real.
that we should forgive each other and ourselves for the decisions we've had to make. After all, I wouldn't be surprised if there are harder choices ahead.
And not to derail us too much more, but I think it hit Lilith a lot more too with Eve being gone and stuff. And I feel like she's in this.
When
I think
she
she's in this
says
place
that
where it's like
whole
learn from my
phrase-
mistake.
Yeah, when she said that whole phrase that was like, well, his sister just died. What? Do we just let someone like do that to themselves?
Very-
She was kind of talking to herself there. I
Yeah,
felt.
she was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just what I wanted to say. Is I just picking up on that. Like I said, we can keep going, but I just.
Yeah,
I think that it's why I think
Gnark,
it's affected her
yes,
so much
Gnark.
more, and also it's just. I mean,
That means
As a
you joined the
ethical,
Discord. Oh,
like a
hey, we're a little
moral
chaotic
type
over there,
situation,
but
it's obviously
hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully you
just a
enjoy
bit.
it.
I agree.
Become
It
addicted
takes
to the
us less than
Pokemon
an hour
bot.
before we reach the woods. The drive
Oh,
has been
yeah,
pretty
Join
rapid
us.
conversation. However, as the cornfields merge into deep green woodland and the thin opening.
Speaking
was
of, I'm
supposed
going to
to
treat
take
this
draws
as an
near,
actual
Rob
podcast
breaks the
and do
silence
the
with
Pokemon
customary
butt.
Very into all cars.
The
I
grind
just
never
want to say
stops.
it's an honor
The
taking
grind
this
never
next corner with
stops.
y'all. From here on out, we move slow, report anything unusual, and stay on the lookout for the next turn, okay? All right, here we go.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Rob
Oh,
twists the
man.
steering wheel.
Wait, why is
We
the
turn
screen
in a
black?
slow,
Dang it,
deliberate
I can't
arc
do it.
towards the gap in the forest.
Wait, I can do it on
The
my other
tarmac
computer.
disappears
Okay.
below us, giving way to a rough dirt track. A towering legion of knotted trees eclipsed the convoy, the sun all but disappearing behind the thick canopy. The significance of this small turn in the road isn't lost on me. We had finally crossed the threshold, into the unknown reaches of the left-right game. For all we knew, we were the first people to ever have come this far, the first explorers of an entirely uncharted world. I'm not surprised when I realize I've been holding my breath. I examine my compatriots closely. Lilith isn't even looking out the window, lost in her own tumultuous thoughts. Rob is reacting exactly as I expected, looking out of every window with an air of mystified wonder. Well, I'll be. It's beautiful, ain't it?
You already passed my
As I
one
look
day
away from him and
addiction
back out the
to
windshield,
it.
I find myself
No,
smiling.
it was longer than one
Even
day.
after the stressful mornings we've all had, and the
At
uncertain
least
days
a
that lie
couple of
ahead,
days or a week.
Rob's statement rings
Yeah.
with a joyous sincerity, which I can't help but
I can
appreciate.
finally shut my door again.
I also can't help but agree
Got
with it.
so hot in
In
Yeah.
its own eerie way, it's a
now my
beautiful
voice
place.
won't be as bad.
The Wrangler moves at a crawl for the rest of the day. The woods are vast and untamable.
Let
Thin,
me move my
swooping
phone
branches
so it looks
hang
like I'm
lazily over the
looking
road,
forward and
clattering
not.
against the light rig as we pass beneath them. Many of the trees stand at strange, crooked angles, their various disparate inclines making it impossible to see too far in either direction. Rob spends every moment scanning the sides of the road. The trees that flank us are so
Back to
thick,
shiny
so
hunting?
tightly packed
Ooh.
together, that it's easy to denote an upcoming turn. I suspect Rob simply doesn't want to take any chance, paranoid as he is about the road's deceptive qualities. He needn't have worried. There are only 4 turns across this entire afternoon. Each one is identified far in advance and navigated perfectly. Before I know it, we've entered the early evening, with no discernible end to the woods in sight. We've been traveling uphill for a short while, plateauing onto a thin
My
sheet
brain
of
now is
road.
just thinking, okay,
An
so what the
endless
hell's in
expanse
this
of forest
woods?
to our left,
Like,
dangerously
Exactly.
steep bank to our
there's
right.
no way
What
they're
is gonna
With
happen?
alone.
one left side of the road to look out for,
Mm-hmm.
Rob seems a little more comfortable holding a conversation.
So what are you going to do if you get to the end of the road?
Document it, bring it home, hand it over to the world.
And after that?
I guess I might take a vacation. Maybe I should visit London. You want to show me around?
You've never been to London?
I
I
forgot,
just
yeah.
passed by, carrying packages. Never liked cities so much. Try to stay out of them when I can. I'd go if I had a tour guide, though.
Okay, well, that's my next story then. Rob Guthard takes on London.
I don't think folk would want to listen to that.
I don't know. I think people would tune in. Or are you just too worried you'll grow to like the place?
Junior would never let me hear the end of that.
Fair enough. Wait, sorry?
Junior.
My son wouldn't let me forget.
Yeah.
He's always been a city boy.
He has a
Oh,
son?
it's about
Out
his
of the pitch black
family.
forest, suddenly thinking back
Well,
to
I
my
mean, he
arrival
had
in
3
Phoenix, Arizona,
marriages,
just
so-
5 days before.
You're so right.
I recollect my informative meeting with Rob Guthard and how I'd been treated to the briefest overview of his life. I didn't push for too much detail, wanting to hear the story in his own words, and under the assumption that I could get more background after a short stint on the road. After 4 days of intrigue and horror and stress, I haven't had time for a follow-up. In all honesty, it's only now I think back on it that I realize just how little ground we covered in our first interview. How eager
little
he was
you
to
know
skip
about
past the
him,
formative
yeah.
details of his existence. I didn't know the names of his ex-wives or anyone who wasn't directly involved in his work with the paranormal. For example, I didn't know he referred to his son as Junior. Often used as a general nickname for a child, it can, every so often, mean something much more specific.
Ponger videos is gone now. It's only
your son
reactions.
show your
Oh.
Rob turns to
Wait,
me,
what?
confused. Yeah. did I
When you
not-
were gone, they were mentioning
Rob
Whoa,
snaps forward
hold
as
on.
a fleeting blur darts across the road before tumbling down the steep verge to our right. Over the engine, we can hear rustles and thuds as it disappears down the steep hillside and into the deep forest below.
What was that? Was it a deer?
uh-oh.
That's what it looked like.
Uh-oh.
It went straight off the edge. Why would it do that?
Ain't too bright is all.
Guys, can we get moving? This is...
I'm interrupted by the sound of faint rumbling, emanating from the woods on the left side of the road.
What is that?
Didn't I
wait around
just
to
say
find
I
out.
wanted what was in this woods? I don't want to
Rob
know
kicks the car
anymore.
into gear and pulls down the track. Less than 5 seconds later, he slams the brake on once more, stalling the car as a small group of 3 or 4 deer burst out in front of us.
Oh, it
A
is
few
just
more
deer.
can be
Okay,
heard
cool.
skittering behind the Wrangler,
Ooh.
slamming against the back of the Jeep as they hurriedly negotiate the gap between us and Blue Jay. As Rob works to restart the car, I stare out of the window and into the forest, finally aware of what I'm hearing in the trees. The thunderous sound of hooves hammering against the earth, brushing past the undergrowth, struggling over rocks and branches on their way towards us. In no time at all, the forest erupts from an empty darkness into chaotic, violent life as an unbroken horde of frenzied deer.
Uh-oh,
burst
it's a
out from the
lot of
trees.
deer.
Rob tries to tell us to hold on,
That's
but he
not
doesn't have
good.
time. The path ahead floods with hundreds
Deer
of stampeding deer.
can
an
do a lot of
unbroken torrent that
damage.
blocks out the headlight's beam.
Holy
Lilith
shit.
jumps back from the passenger door as deep, thudding knells vibrate through the Wrangler.
Oh my
The
god.
deer, locked in a desperate sprint
That is
with little space to maneuver,
terrifying.
are running headfirst into the side of the car. One of the smaller deer bolts out of the forest.
And it's already like dark. It's night.
The reverberation shaking the glass. I think I need
Forgot to mention my past my final. I don't think being us.
want the brain and state and forced along by the egoism. I can only launch a smooth of the
Hey, lightning fast.
countless bombs crash into the darkness, carried down into what I can only assume
Hey,
is a quickly
Steve.
developing mass grave of twisted, interlocking bodies.
Rob, get us out of here.
We ain't moving through. Just stay down.
What the fuck? Somebody help!
Blue Jay sounds terrified. The Wrangler's taking a beating from the onslaught of desperate creatures, but is still managing to hold firm. When I look back towards Blue Jay, I see a different story entirely. The car
Oh
slide out,
no.
pushed towards the edge of the hill.
Uh-oh.
The force of the herd's collective impact. The
Uh-oh.
passenger side is on display, riddled with slick red marks and heavy, craterous dents. The creatures rush past her, clumsily clambering over the hood and hammering into the doors of the car. Blue Jay screams into the receiver, placing a hand over her eyes. As one of her front tires passes over the edge, the car's
Oh,
chassis
me!
dropping down into the dirt. Luckily for her, when I turned back to the forest, I could see it's empty dramatically. The
I don't know
forest
what
is
that
silent,
accent
and the
was,
last
but we're not
deer
gonna talk
hunting
about it.
through the trees and across the road.
Yeah.
Positioned at the back of the herd, providing them with more than enough space to maneuver around the convoy. Fair
Wait
to
a
Blue
minute,
Jay.
I
Get
remember
yourself
hearing
over
about
here.
this
We gotta
part.
go now.
What the fuck was that? What the?
It was just
It's part of the
herd deer.
story.
Blue Jay, but they were running
I
pretty
remember
hard.
hearing
and
about
I ain't
this
looking
part
to
of the
beat whatever
story,
they were
yeah.
running from. We don't have time to get you back on the road. Get
Oh,
over
no.
here now. Nothing more can be heard from Blue Jay's radio except for static and a few intermittent gasps for breathless fear. Ah, damn it. Stay in the car, you two. Lilith, hand me the rifle. I ain't taking any chances out there.
He's getting out the car?
Lilith finds the rifle and hands it over to Rob. Grabbing some supplementary ammo from the glove compartment, Rob climbs out and slams the door, marching through the dirt to Blue Jay's ruined car. I clamber into the back of the Wrangler, struggling over a pile of empty jerry cans and surveying the scene as it
Is this
unfolds.
Wendigoon?
In an almost
one of them
Herculean
is.
effort, Rob wrenches the passenger side door open and holds his hand out for Blue Jay to take. I look on as she unbuckles her seatbelt, climbs out unassisted, and immediately launches herself at Rob, crying her eyes out and lashing at his chest with two clenched fists. She looks distraught, terrified, and violently angry. Rob stands there and takes it, whispering vague assurances to her as she unloads her terror and frustration into every wailing blow.
Okay, can we do this like later? Like get in the car. Yeah, like come
Yeah.
on.
Talks under her breath.
Okay, I understand, but, like, let's go.
To speed itself along.
Okay, maybe
I
it's
look
not
at her,
happening yet.
silently
I thought it
showing
was
her
gonna happen like
impatience.
immediately
Then
after they got
something
out of the
catches my
car.
Something in the distance behind Lilith, slowly making its way through the trees. I turn around and scramble to the front of the car, returning with the radio transceiver.
Rob, get back here. There's something in the forest.
Uh-oh, there's something
Hearing a
more.
warning crackle out from Blue Jay's car, Rob turns in my direction before alarmedly staring into the forest where a pale figure is winding its way towards the pair. For what I can ascertain as it briefly leaves the obscuring undergrowth, it seems to be small, tremendously thin, and crawling unevenly on its hands and feet.
No,
The creature stops in a
no.
clearing ahead
No,
of
no,
Rob and
no,
Blue
no,
Jay.
no.
In view of me and Lilith, but shrouded from everyone in the shadow of the forest. Blue Jay separates from Rob, pulling a head torch out of her bag. Slowly, and with trembling fingers, she points the beam towards the creature and switches it on.
Oh
The
man.
resulting sight is incomprehensible. The beam instantly illuminates the light frame of a thin, almost emaciated child. It's
Oh,
barely
God.
over a year old,
Holy
deathly
shit.
pale,
Oh.
covered in dirt, its skin
Oh.
stretched taut over frail limbs.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that is so
Reflexively holding one arm over its eyes to
Terrifying.
shield itself from the bright LED.
imagine.
Mhm.
Oh my god. What's happening to it?
I know exactly what Lilith's talking about. My hand raises to my mouth as I watch the child struggle through the stream of harsh white light. With every step it takes, the child's form starts to shift and change.
Oh,
its limbs
man.
elongate in jagged, lurching bursts of growth. Anything exposed to the beam develops with rapidity. And as if the child is aging before our eyes. Letting out a tortured cry, the creature darts towards Blue Jay, angrily swatting the torch from her grip. Blue Jay screams in shock and pain as she holds her stricken hand, her attention transfixed on the child who has seemingly aged almost 3 years in a matter of seconds. Even in the fresh darkness, with her head torch fractured on the ground, I can tell that Blue Jay is paralyzed with an abject, consuming horror. Rob doesn't hesitate. He reflexively grabs Blue Jay and pulls her backwards into the path of her headlights. The creature reaches out for them as they go, one hand passing after them into the light. It pulls back quickly, its eyes full of heart-wrenching, juvenile tears, the finger of its left hand aged beyond the rest of its body. Its cries begin anew. As ghastly as it seems, the child doesn't seem malevolent or demonic. In fact, as it looks back towards Blue Jay, it seems genuinely upset, unable to comprehend the actions of those around him as it stares sorrowfully back at its newly malformed fingers. It's not much of a stretch to assume the transformations are as painful to endure as they are disturbing. Stay in the light, Blue Jay. Keep moving. Blue Jay breaks away from behind Rob and sprints towards the Wrangler. As soon as she begins to flee, the child lets out a high-pitched scream and strikes the hood of Blue Jay's car. The impact of the blow is impossibly forceful. In less than an instant, the chassis crumbles into a massive jagged metal. The one remaining headlight disappears from view as the car is launched off the path and rolls into the valley below. With Rob and Blue Jay now returned to the darkness, the child skitters quickly towards Blue Jay, grabbing her foot as it lifts off the ground and yanking it backwards. With all her momentum immediately halted and one foot taken out from beneath her, Blue Jay has nowhere to go but down. She slams into the earth, her chin bouncing off the sharp rock. Blue Jay looks up at us with stunned, pleading eyes. Lilith and I have only a few seconds to meet her gaze before she is dragged backwards along the
my!
She screams in pain, her ankle caught in the child's iron grip. It doesn't even break pace as it walks back towards the woods, pulling Blue Jay along like a rag doll.
Oh my god.
Rob reaches out for her, snatching for Blue Jay's hand as she writhes and thrashes against an unstoppable force. They connect briefly, but Rob's effort to keep a hold of her is futile. Dashed immediately as she is pulled effortlessly from his hands. Blue Jay resorts to clawing at the ground, dragging thick, dark soil and pulling loose rocks free
Nina,
from the dirt.
I'm scared. Yeah,
Rob
us too.
somberly unstraps his rifle, swinging it around to his front. He reaches into the breast pocket of his jacket and chambers a single bullet.
It's too
Blue Jay
late.
looks on as Rob raises the rifle to his shoulder and aims for the back of the oblivious child's head.
Oh, God.
Lilith turns away from the window, cowering away from the insanity outside the car. I can barely watch myself as Rob places his finger on the trigger. The shot never comes. Blue Jay shrieks as the child reaches the tree line, pulling her into the undergrowth. Rob's hands are shaking, unable to do what needs to be done. Cursing loudly at the air itself.
It's like a
It looks too much like a kid, yeah.
He
can't shoot a kid.
Too much like a real kid, yeah.
Yeah.
His expression has
Especially having a kid of
everyone
his
on
own.
the road.
No, yeah.
Like all of them,
No.
he's no longer present, lost to a realm of hopelessness and bewilderment. But unlike
I don't
many
know.
others, he doesn't stay that way for long. Unlike the rest of us, Rob Guthard manages to bring himself back. Bristol, there's a torch in the green bag. Get it now. I don't have time to hesitate. I scour the contents of the Wrangler desperately. Blue Jay screams growing increasingly distant with every passing second. Locating a large green bag in the far corner, I crawl across the Wrangler, unfasten the straps, and spill its contents into the car. A heavy-duty LED torch clangs against the cabin floor, and I snatch it up before it can roll away. Returning to Rob, I swing the back doors open and jump out onto the dirt track, throwing the torch behind Rob's outstretched hand. As soon as he catches
There's no
it,
way he's going
Rob
in
sprints
there.
out into the forest.
Oh my god.
The events that unfold among the trees are told to us in sound and light.
Oh my
After
god.
almost a minute of silence, the torch's ray bursts through the trees. Blue Jay's distant screeching intensifies as the child breaks into a gut-wrenching cry. A large crash echoes through the night air, the sound of bark cracking as the very trees shatter into splinters. The light dances chaotically as Rob lets out a cathartic, damaged roar. Suddenly, the child's desolate wailing grows more distant, retreating deep, deep into the woods.
He did it.
Then suddenly, silence.
Wow.
Bristol, what's happening?
You scared it off at least.
I don't know. Stay in the car.
We wait for what seems like an age, lost in worry. before the gentle rustling of undergrowth calls our attention back to the tree line. A moment later, Rob emerges from the trees, holding Blue Jay's arm around his shoulder.
Wow.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
The pair stumbles
Why
over
out of
trees, slowly and painfully.
Everyone
Blue Jay walks with the
were we
limp,
able to save her?
Blue Jay, yeah.
I just
Rob
can't.
sports
I
a
really
series of
can't.
cuts across his face.
I really
and seems
can't.
otherwise
I don't
unharmed.
understand.
He calls back to us, utterly exhausted. Nothing to it.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. That bro. Okay. Sorry
Badass.
guys. I need
Just
to
when I
scroll
think
up
I'm
on
out, he
chat.
pulls me back in. Just
I
when
zoned in.
Rob's like, maybe eating
Yeah.
or whatever.
Barely
that was
awake,
so
but I'm better
cool.
than
Well, for a
earlier.
second,
Hey,
I thought
that's
he was just
good.
gonna, like, not, I thought he was just
Standing
gonna let
time.
her
Okay, I'll
go
stand
or
up.
something like that.
I think he did
You
the
know?
math that the shot may not do anything, but he's like, flashlight
The
now.
light is gonna be.
And then he
more-
like
yeah, more
goes over
effective.
the tree line and you hear screaming and shouting
Yeah.
and then man, that's
Mhm.
cool. Nothing to it. Ah man. Alright, maybe I'm back on. Maybe Rob's won me back over a bit. That was really cool. Okay. An
Man,
irrepressible
I-
smile goes across my face, a pained grimace of sincere joy. I raise a hand to my mouth as tears of unbridled relief start to roll down my cheeks. It's a brief, fleeting moment in an otherwise dark night, but for once we've managed to pass through the storm, battered and broken, but at the very least, still together. Blue Jay falls to the floor, slipping free of Rob.
Oh.
Okay, we are stopping here. Do not read anything on screen.
Okay.
We are stopping here because, from what I know, the story, it would be a really big cliffhanger, basically, if we stopped it any later than this.
Oh, okay.
Because, it's just very... Everything, I read one line and I'm like, oh, yep, this is when it happens, alright. I was waiting for it to happen, and as soon as it happens, I wanted to catch it before you did, so that you didn't have to leave off on a cliffhanger.
Okay, that's
So basically, we made it to the 3 hour, or if we end it now, we'll be able to fit one stream to finish it.
oh, to finish the
'Cause
whole
that would be
video?
3 hours.
This is the
Yeah,
last part?
Because it would be 3 hours to finish the whole video. Yeah, this is the last part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't mind. We can do that then.
Yeah, we made it to 2 hours. So yeah, it would just be 3 hours and a few minutes to make it the length.
Okay.
But yeah. I just yeah, don't read it.
Okay, I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't mind
But-
if it's gonna end on a cliffhanger. I would hate that. So yeah, I don't mind us continuing on next time. It's fine by me.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I really enjoyed that.
Oh my gosh, this story is just getting better and
Really
better.
good. Oh, it even better. Like, well, worse and better. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Ugh. I'm excited. I'm excited for next week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be great.
Mhm. Definitely. I am excited. All I know is about what happens like at this very moment. I don't know what happens
After that
afterward.
moment. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I read the comments of the video on accident and I got spoiled. So
Oh no. Okay.
yeah, I read the comments on the video and
Dang
yeah.
commenters.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I'm probably gonna stream a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
where do
probably
you
gonna
then?
do some okay. I'm gonna do some Persona Reload.
Oh, nice. I know you were streaming that earlier today too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just, since I'm gonna be doing it on YouTube too, I need to set that up.
Okay.
Real quick. But all I really need to do you've streamed on YouTube like once or twice.
Yeah, I have. I need to get back to doing that though.
Mm-hmm.
What application do you use for that, by the way? Or do you just use your OBS?
It's through my OBS.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. All right. I am okay. Go live. I'm gonna end the VTuber collab. I'm just gonna
Sounds good.
quit collab. Return. Ah, my hat.
Well, I'll leave the call too, so you can do your introductions and stuff and everything.
Okay, thank you.
It
was really fun. I can't wait for next week.
Same.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right. So we're gonna rate Nim. Kez is also streaming right now, so I won't blame you guys if you guys are stream hopping. Oh my goodness. You found the video? Okay, hold on. Send it to me. Do I have to watch it on stream? If I do, it's not a problem. But... Jump. Dun. You called in from the compa? You called in? Eh? Okay, hold on. Alright, guys, really quickly.
Chat, like you don't even have to even like put together, you know, like what this is crazy, chat. You know, like it's crazy. You know, like it's kind of you know when they do this, you know. I mean, what am I even looking at, chat? Like this is insane. You know, like it's absolutely.
Yeah, but the fact that he's still going.
Why don't we just take some here and leave? You could spot us at any time.
We can. Yeah, that's a person that we were watching the horror things from, and another person. It's their podcast. That's how this whole thing started.
There they are. I don't think we should be doing this. What? Don't be a fool. One of these could pay for your family's future, and their family's future for generations to come.
He won't even notice it being gone. Look how much he already has.
Oh my god. Oh, ew.
Idiot! Grab the treasure and let's get out of here! Come on!
The posture is crazy.
Someone's trying to steal my treasure. It's crazy, but you know, not that I need the treasure. It's my treasure. You know, like it's crazy, but you're right.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh god.
I got reviews, chat. Like I need.
He's
them for
chewing
YouTube
on the
vlogs, chat, you know, because people
eyeball.
who miss the streams, like you know what I mean, chat. Like it's crazy, chat. Like I have a views now. You know, it's one of these things where it's mine now, chat. Like not that I really need them, chat, but.
Oh my god, please stop. Oh my god. Oh shit! Oh! Why is it just stealing the eyeballs?
Know that there's one more person in here, chat. Like, wow.
Wow. I need the views chat. Oh my god, no.
I think you could come into my treasure vault and get away with it, chat. Wow, it's great, chat. I know there's one more person in here. I don't see what
Oh my god. Oh the neck.
There's nowhere to run. So don't even try running because you won't even be able to get past me, chat. You're for what you have done. I don't even need this gold, chat, but it's mine.
I don't even need this gold
Now,
chat,
give me
bro.
your eyes.
But it's
I will take your
mine.
eyes. Just like your friends, I will take your friends' eyes. I will take your eyes again. I will do it again, chat. You will join them soon enough and be here forever to stay with me. And I. This is crazy, chat. If I could just find the views, chat, I could. I didn't maybe.
Alexa, stop.
Where to go, chat? Wow, chat. Wow, chat. This is.
Wow. I do it again, chat. Oh my god. I'm fucking insane, bro. What the hell? Oh my god. Fucking dang. Oh man. Okay. What? Oh. No, cause that knocked me out. Okay. Nimda, not Nimda, I'm looking for Nimoy. Okay, there you go. Okay, so like I said, we're rating Nim because they're gonna continue to stream. This is crazy because I feel like we haven't really ended this early in a very long time. So I'm going to take this advantage and finally play some Zenless Zero. I don't do it on, I won't play this game on stream though, because I feel like this is just a game that I'm not going to keep up with because I play so much gotchas. So it's just, it is what it is. Yeah, Nim switched to Persona 3 Reload, like she was saying earlier. If you can't watch all her stream, it's okay. Just leave an email and be on your merry way. If you love Nim as much as I do, honestly, just follow her because she's a cool person. I have to post something on tomorrow. I have nothing planned, but I'll have to figure it out. What else do I have to say? Oh, I'm starting to schedule stuff for my 500 Munchie celebration for Twitch and for YouTube. So if you're interested in being a part of that, let me know. I'm planning it for August 1st and August 2nd. That's Thursday and Friday. And it's going to be from 8 p.m. Thursday to 8 p.m.-ish on Friday. But I could tell you more about that later because I don't have the time for that. Anyways, have a great day or a great night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye!